man. The Wendy Williams Experience.
And now we're pleased to bring you our feature presentation.
Ladies and gentlemen, what your ears are about to witness, the greatest queen of all time. Okay, party people in the house.
Turn it up, yo. Turn it up. This is it. Allow me to reintroduce this representing
From west to east. Just better get it right. Y'all know the name. Wendy Williams.
Been in this game for a while.
I hate to brag, but
Ain't nobody
It is phenomenal.
like the queen.
Right here.
who the world is this? So much drama.
From yo block to yo block, heard of the number one female. Been doing this for years.
Every barbershop, beauty salon.
Who the world is this? So much this.
Again and again.
Wendy Williams.
Bringing your name up. A lot of you haters scared to death. And the show knows.
She at it again.
Wendy Williams.
She in it to win.
Wendy Williams.
She back and she staying.
Wendy Williams.
The ain't playing. I like to present you. The winner of the game.
I'll take that award. What's good, everybody? Hi. Hello. How you doing? All right. Well, hello there. Have I spoken every language in the audience? Welcome to the Wendy Williams Experience, everybody, where it goes down right here. Oh, we gossip. I love to give advice. I love to hear what's going on in you all's lives. We talk about the celebrities. Today, we do have a special guest in the studio. Is that correct, Art?
Yes.
Ludacris, friend of the show, cutie pie of hip-hop, and a general, well, just a nice guy. He's going to be in to address the issues of the day for the Hour of Truth. During Advice Hour, listen, there are some things, and I will not lie to you, that your plastic surgeon will not tell you. So I am going to tell you. During Advice Hour, I'll just take up a little portion, but I still have time to hear what's going on with you and perhaps help you solve some of the snafus. Plus, Lamont Bentley, Hakeem from Moesha. So we'll talk, we'll recap, I'll read right from the articles. Sydney Simpson, I heard about that one yesterday. My sister, my mother, and my father, everybody lives in Miami. They were telling me about it. I'm like, well, if it happened on Sunday, why didn't you call me Sunday damn night? You know what I'm saying? Why did I have to wait until yesterday, Wednesday, to hear it from you people? Anyway, and Seal and Heidi Klum and Jennifer Lopez and Melissa and Joan Rivers and Star Jones, too. Thank you, everybody, for riding with the experience. You know, like I like to say, it is what it is, people. Welcome to the Wendy Williams Experience.
This is a Wendy Williams exclusive. Wendy Williams.
Every state wanna be like, wanna look like, wanna act like, wanna dress like, wanna sound like, style still in clone ass, biting ass everywhere, non-reality scene.
Wendy Williams Experience.
This is a Wendy Williams exclusive.
Diverse. Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor and distinction that I introduce to you the queen of all media, Wendy Williams.
Thank you, everybody. Here I am, fearless and tucked, socked, and propped up. It is I. Hi, everybody. It's Wendy. How you doing? I just feel like I'm supposed to be coming on like a superhero, the way that was orchestrated. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, with the music and stuff. I feel like I'm supposed to be standing like Al Franken does at the toilet. Yeah, two hands on his hip. Privates just dangled over the area. You know what I mean? With a cape blowing and it is I. Oh, boy. Welcome, everybody, to the show. I immediately want to talk to my friends. Hello?
Wendy?
Hi.
I just wanted to let you know that my mother, she's pregnant by her husband's twin brother.
Wait a minute, turn your radio down. Oh my God. Wait, this is not advice hour, but any time is the right time for something like this.
Yes.
How old are you?
I'm 26.
Okay, grown. How old is your mom?
She's 45.
Did you know that she was still producing eggs or
No.
Wow, see, at 26, 45 seems ancient. They think that you're all dried up.
Mm-hmm.
So, did you know all along that your mother was messing around with her husband's twin brother?
No, I did not.
But
that's not my father. That's my stepfather.
Right. So, now, do you have a question, or are you just putting your mother on blast?
Should I tell him?
No. I think what you need to do is stay out of grown people's business. Do you live there at the house?
No.
Okay, that's the best decision ever. You don't live there. You don't know nothing. Face forward and concentrate on your life.
But the thing is that she can lie and say that it's her husband's because they're identical.
I think you need to stay out of it.
Okay.
How do you know that she's pregnant by your uncle?
I'm assuming, but...
Okay, see, a lot of assumptions, young woman.
Yeah.
I suggest that you take your 26-year-old eyeballs and focus on your own life.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
All right, take care, hon. Wow. Hello?
Hello.
Damn, a twin, too. There's no way of telling. Don't they have all the same DNA and everything? Wow. Hi, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. Who's this?
This is Wendy.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is, honey.
Wendy, that's so funny.
Give this man his runway music.
You are so funny. This is not Wendy Williams.
Where are you calling from?
You're crazy.
Who is this?
This is Derek. I'm calling from Manhattan.
Nice to have you here.
It's so funny because I just listened to your show like 2 weeks ago, and you're so funny.
Well, thank you so much for listening to the show.
You're all so bad.
Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. Hello?
Hey, Wendy, it's Mr. X.
Hi, Mr. X. Okay, this is Mr. X, everybody, always full of questions, and go.
Don't forget to ask Ludacris about Chingy and Chingy, because, they're no longer together.
Right.
And I don't know if I just want to remind you, because, I know your memory's, bad, but you had the iOS people. You played their song back-to-back with Stand Up.
I know. I was reminded of that, and now I'm staying out of it. Let things fall where they may.
And Wendy, I feel you're being a little bit biased now that you have the LA audience. I mean, let me tell you, in regard to the Shook thing, you didn't report it because I feel you feel LA is listening, and
What Shook thing? What Shook thing didn't I report?
About the guy saying Shook paid him to punch Dre at the awards.
We talked about that. We talked about that. I don't know anything more about it, though.
Oh, but I didn't hear you report it, though.
Oh, well, then, Mr. X, don't make assumptions. You don't sit at your radio for the whole show, see?
Okay.
If you want to call up here and be the person who interviews me, then you can't go to the bathroom during the talk breaks.
Okay. I guess I didn't hear that part.
All right, Mr. X, stay on top of your radio game.
All right, Wendy, bye.
All right, bye-bye. Mr. X. He's a real radionista, but he's not in the industry. But, hello? Hello?
Hi, Wendy. This is Vaughn from D.C.
Hi, Glenn. How are you? Vaughn.
Oh, this is Vaughn.
Hi,
How are you
Vaughn.
doing?
Good.
I have one question to ask you.
Okay.
Actually, we talked about this before, but I've been thinking about it, and I really hope that you go for it.
What?
Okay. I know you're talking about the website, and that might be a while, but I was wondering if you could let me go ahead and make a message board for you. I will buy it for you and everything. I just really need a place for the fans to unite. We need to talk online. We need a place, and I really think that I could do it. So it could be like WendyWilliamsMessageBoard.com. I will buy it for you. I will take care of it for you.
I'm going to give you all of Art's information, okay?
All right.
All right, just give Vaughn your website or something like that. I'm not the website thing, great. The message board, I'm not so sure about message boards and posting and all like that because the more years that I spend in radio, the more I realize that there's some fabulous, great, intelligent, well-versed people. But there are also some trifling people who put all kinds of trifling stuff on message boards. And I don't have enough manpower. Nobody has enough manpower to monitor some of the crap that can go up on message boards. I don't want to see Wendy's a man on my message board. You know what I mean? If you're coming, that's like coming inside my house and spray painting, Wendy's a man on the walls, or or something about art, or you understand what I'm saying? It's not, it's not. That's not. That is not what I'm focused on. I mean, I love that everybody wants to glamour. What is your website though, Art?
ArthurJEvans@AOL.com.
Why? What is so funny about that?
Because you always give them my name.
Arthur J. Evans. Today, the J is for just take the ride.
That's right. And not the author of a book like Wendy is. It's ARTHUR, like King Arthur.
That's my boy. Arthur J. Evans at AOL.com.
Yeah.
Now, can you by any chance? Now, you can take all emails or something?
Yeah.
And do you email people back? Hey, girls.
I email every single person
Everybody's
back.
here.
Everybody gets a response.
Well, now you're doing a lot of tough talk right there.
No,
okay. Watch what's going to happen. You can get about 1,000, 2,000 emails tonight.
And I'll make time to do them all before my bowling party tonight.
Oh.
At the Soul Bowl.
All right. By the way, shout out to everybody listening on Power 99 in Philly. Remember I was telling you that the business wasn't square, so my name was floating around on a flyer and I wasn't going to be there? Business Square.
All right.
I'll be in Philly on Saturday night.
All right.
To celebrate the birthdays of Charlie Mack, that's Will Smith's dog, Ace Capone, and Daryl Schuller. So, Philly, I'll see you on Saturday night. Will you be going home to Philly, Arthur?
Oh, Daryl Schuller, that's my man.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I asked you a question, though.
Huh?
Will you be coming home to, go to the party?
I'm going to the party, but I'm not going home.
I understand. Sorry, Miss Gladys. I didn't mean that.
Shout out to the Hilton.
Oh, my gosh. You don't even stay at your mom's house when you go home?
Oh, no. I like to relax in the Hilton. My mother don't take no mess in her house.
Yeah. I don't go to it's funny because my parents live, beautifully in Miami, like, right there on and I never stay at their place.
Yeah.
I'd rather pay. I stay at the Lowe's or the Mandarin Oriental or something like that, the Fountain Blue.
Yeah.
Because they don't, please.
Can't yell with the parents around.
Right. You can't yell. You can't bring guests over. I mean, you can, but, then, my parents are nosy like I am. Ow. So, are you in the industry like Wendy? What's that I smell? Oh, shoot. See?
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
I can barely get away with crap when they come visit my house, and I'm a grown woman.
Uh-oh.
So, we drop our kid off there. You know what I'm saying? And then we go to the hotel.
Do y'all, yeah.
Exactly. It's so sad to hear about Lamont Bentley, who played Hakeem on Moesha. I mean, you guys, I'm just saying, if there's something that you want out of life, think and then either execute or sit on the sidelines. Life waits for no one. This man was only 31 years old, and Hakeem, wasn't that the little tubby girl's boyfriend?
That was
That was Brandy's boyfriend?
No, her best friend.
Hakeem was the best friend of the Moesha family.
And he became her boyfriend.
But I can recall hearing in an interview before that he loved to drive fast on the freeway.
He loved driving fast.
Yeah, where did I hear that?
Kadeem Hardison loved to drive fast in their cars.
Yeah, I know that about Kadeem Hardison. But where did I hear that? Not together in the same company of each other. We've never had him on the show, but I've always known that about him. When I heard this, I was like, damn, a real life Fast and Furious.
And if you know anything about Mulholland Drive, there's a lot of like canyons and hills, so...
Yeah, please. That's where some of the greats, that's where like...
Jimmy James Dean.
And I believe that's where Pierce Brosnan's son had his accident. He's alive. He went to the hospital. He's alive.
Oh, he had a car accident.
Lamont Bentley? Wow, there's really nothing going on in the Poconos. Yeah, he plunged. And by the way, he wasn't on Mulholland Drive. He was on the San Diego Freeway.
Oh,
but if you know anything about the highways out there, I mean, depending on what time of night, you can take it there.
Yeah.
But everything is like, And he plunged off the San Diego freeway. He was the only passenger in the vehicle, and he met his demise. He appeared in The Wash, Tales from the Hood. He played Tupac in Too Legit, the MC Hammer story. We'll talk more. about Lamont and other stuff next.
Wendy, man.
I've been with this guy for like 5 years, and I know you say don't cheat. I know, but I can't help it. I want to.
Do you have intention on getting married?
We're married.
Oh, my God!
The Wendy Williams Experience.
Tell me again. Make sure you're right.
Hey, everybody, it's the Wendy Williams Experience. And so, back to the late Lamont Bentley, who played Hakeem on Moesha. I was telling you some of the work that he had done. Well, he was in The Wash and Tales from the Hood. And he did play Hammer in the Too Legit, The Hammer Story. And he also appeared, on The Parkers, NYPD Blue, and Clueless. He was from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Shout out to everybody there in Milwaukee. We're on in Milwaukee on WMCS. They carry the Wendy Williams Experience. But, and as I was telling you, he leaves behind 2 daughters. And his mother says that he was an aspiring singer. And at one point prior to his death, she was co-signing with his management by saying this is a big year for him. They're really excited for him to come in to his own. I guess as a singer and an actor, and at 31 years old, he had a bit of acting work behind him. And his life, unfortunately, was cut short. Very sad. It's also sad to hear about Sidney Simpson, but I guess it's true what they say. The nut doesn't fall far from the tree. She takes after her father, I guess, with her anger, although we don't know what started that fight. How do we know some girls weren't? I mean, you got to understand that when your parents, are up to something, whether it's your father, your mother, or both of them, you know what I'm saying? You know how kids are. Your daddy's a murderer. Your mother was a, whatever. And, and Sydney's 19, apparently nice with her mitts. They say in Miami that the cops were called during a game between Sydney's alma mater, Gulliver Prep School, where her brother is a junior. And they were playing Ransom Everglades School, 2 very prestigious schools there in Miami. And the police responded to a fight outside the Ransom gym. And Sydney was there. And she became rowdy and she's shouting profanity at the officers. And they're saying that she slapped an officer when they tried to arrest her. So that's where they put, resisting arrest. And she was charged with a misdemeanor account of disorderly conduct and resisting arrest. Now she faces a year in jail and a $1,000 fine. And they say that on the most serious charge, what is this? Sydney, who faces a year in jail and a $1,000 fine on the most serious charge, signed a notice to appear in court and was released without bond. So, no word on what OJ said. That's my girl. Way to go, Slugger.
She did without a knife.
Yeah. I should have thought about using my mitts instead of a knife, too. What was that for? Oh, a knife. Oh, gosh.
Hispanics.
You're bringing it around to the... Oh, you're wrong. Samuel L. Jackson apparently landed in some trouble. He took his daughter, Zoe, to a party in Italy. And they say it's because journalists claimed that he was cheating on his wife with a much younger woman. And the much younger woman was actually his daughter. We talk about this on the show. You know how society now makes it so a girl can't walk hand in hand with her daddy. You girls, you know how you want to do that. I know with my daddy. Come on, Dad. We'll be happy walking through the mall, and I might link arm in arm, and then all of a sudden, feel weird about it, and then unlink, and then, or you might want to run up to him and, give him a kiss and, hug. It's your daddy. But society just, look at Wendy cheating on her husband with an old man. You know what I mean? Hell, I felt weird about holding hands with my mother going into Wyclef and Claudinette John's fashion show for Fashion Week. Remember I was telling you, we were getting out of the car, I'm holding my mother's hand, and all I could think of after holding her hand for a moment was people looking and saying, yeah, look at Wendy with her old lesbian lover. And my mother's, she's short. She's 5'2". So when you hold her hand, like, she totally gets involved in the affection being shared. Like, I'll hold her hand and she's grabbing my forearm to solidify the love, and standing real close. But it's my mommy. But you know what it looks like? I had to let her hand go. She wouldn't let me go. I was like, Mom, please let go of my hand. I didn't have the heart to tell her why, because that's just like beyond their comprehension. But yeah, Samuel L's 56. His daughter's 22. Most 56-year-old men are chasing after 22-year-old girls, it seems, these days. In the meantime, the 36th annual NAACP Image Awards nominations are out. The Image Awards will be on TV Friday, March 25th on Fox at 8 o'clock. They're going to give us a full 2 hours to see who's going to win for Outstanding New Artist. Will it be Fantasia, John Legend, Kanye West, Mario Winans, hey Mario, or Von Hunt? Who's that? Who that is? Oh, they always throw in a ringer. Outstanding Male Artist, Anthony Hamilton, Jay-Z, Mos Def, Prince, Usher. That's a tough one. Outstanding Group or Duo, Destiny's Child, New Edition, The OJs, Ray Charles and Gladys Knight, The Roots. I mean, I don't have time or patience to run down all of the... but let's talk about TV for a minute. Television dramas, outstanding television drama. ER, Kevin Hill, Law and Order, Soul Food, The Wire. Why do I think they're going to give it to Kevin Hill? Yeah. Outstanding actor in a drama. Then they got Taye Diggs again. So, The Practice, Steve Harris on there. Jesse Martin, people love him. I love him. He's cute. Law and Order, Hill Harper at CSI New York, and Gary Durden on CSI. Dear Wendy, your advice sucks. How can you tell a daughter to mind her own business? She has every right to be concerned. That is your mother and your uncle you're talking about. Some advice, you should be honest and say, can't help you. Signed, Shaky from New Brunswick. Well, I just feel like, if she's 26 and her mother's 45, you know what I'm saying? The only person she should confront should be her own mother. Just to find out, Ma, are you a hoe? Or what? But, really... It's not like she's talking about a relationship between her mother and her father. This is her stepfather. I don't know how long they've been together. I don't know. You know what? I'm not going to say I can't help you because I did have an opinion on that. And my opinion in most cases for grown folks' business regarding the affairs of the heart is stay out. You can differ. Shaky, I appreciate you faxing in. Advice hour's coming up next hour, and guess who was listening yesterday? The pregnant woman with the weak cervix and the husband who doesn't know what to do about sex. Pregnant lady, fax me back, honey. Now, don't get yourself in a uproar, pregnant lady, but I'm about to read your fax next hour. Keep it here, everybody.
Wendy, man.
Yesterday, I don't know if you heard, Little Flip gave you a nice shout out on 106 and Park. He was just shouting you out because you broke Sunshine before everyone was playing, and he said after you played it, the whole country started.
Of course!
The Wendy Williams Experience. Everybody needs some.
Should I leave? Like, is that selfish to my son?
Come get some.
Let me tell you, Wendy, it's really a trouble with a dude.
Advice out.
I'm having a problem with my fiance and his family.
I was in a relationship with this girl for like 18 months. She told me the relationship meant nothing.
Always drama.
Call Wendy right now. 1-866-GET-WENDY. Fax Wendy at 866-WENDY-FAX.
Wendy, can you give me advice on plastic surgery?
107.5 WBLS. Today's R&B and classic soul and the Wendy Williams Experience. Good afternoon, friends. Thanks so much for being here. It's a beautiful day, isn't it? Oh, the sun is shining. The birds are, well, their beaks are still frozen. They're not chirping, but certainly it's a shame when we say it's beautiful and it's only like 15 degrees as opposed to the 1 degree that it was the last couple of days. It's a good hair day, though. Girls, doesn't your hair behave real? I mean, aside from the static that you might get when you first take your hat off, and then all you do is, zhuzh a little bit of, a little oil, a little salad oil before you, or something like that, a little Vita Point or something to flatten everything right back down. Beautiful day. Anyway, shout out to everybody who was at the Laugh Factory last night. We had a fabulous time laughing. Ken Black, Capone, all the comedians. Big Ray, the House of Plenty, thank you. We're there every Wednesday, rain or shine. People came out last night in the snow because it snowed. I was surprised when I walked out of the radio station last night. It was snowing and it was sticking. You know? Anyway, Soul Bowl tonight in Union, New Jersey, Artie Bowls. Shadow Nightclub is free tonight. Every Thursday night, the Shadow Nightclub is free. It's adult, it's jam-packed, and it's free. Anytime you say free, that's for me. I'm sure it's for you, too. Check out the Shadow. If not tonight, then next Thursday, or the Thursday after that, or the Thursday after that. It's been free for as long as I've been here. The Shadow is jam-packed on Thursdays. It's free. And then Fridays, there's an admission, but hey, listen, it's banging. And then on Saturday nights, it's not free. You pay an admission, but you get to enjoy the musical stylings of the legendary DJ Chuck Chillout. Chuck Chillout on the mix. Shadow, now featuring free admission before midnight. Compliments of Chuck Chillout every Saturday night. All right. Super Bowl is coming up, and I hear, so we're down to the wire of who's actually playing in the Super Bowl. Who's playing in the Super Bowl? Geez, I had it on the tip of my tongue earlier today. I was going to come in and impress you all with my Super Bowl, knowledge. Oh, I'm going with Vic. I'm going with the Atlanta Falcons. I got to tell you why. Because you know what? We, the fans and the gossipnistas, put that man through the mill with an urban legend story. You remember the How You Doing story about Vic's and what I want to see him do. And shout out to the ATL, everybody listening. I'm down with you. Are there any New York teams in the Super Bowl?
No.
Okay, so I'm safe. I'm down with Michael Vick's. Only because we put him through it for about 24 hours there. We were throwing the How You Doings up at him. And then I found out it was an urban legend. I came back on the radio and I apologized.
They're playing Philly.
Oh, they're playing the Eagles?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Gotta go with the Eagles.
Yes.
Gotta go with the... I had no idea. Yes. Oh, Vix, how you doing? Oh, all right. No. I'm going with the Eagles. Green is a more flattering color anyway. Eagles green. Yeah, the color of money, exactly. I'm hosting a Super Bowl party, so I figure this year I'll actually participate as opposed to drink myself into a stupor like usual. I'm going to participate in all the, what we always have like halftime games and door prizes and buffet and live entertainment and music and dancing. Oh, the Super Bowl parties. Every year Rezo has the Super Bowl party, actually. That's the one that I go to. They call me the host, except I'm usually sitting on the sidelines. But this year, I'm really getting into the action. So if the Eagles is what it is, then I'm going to drop down and get my Eagle on. Ooh. When is Super Bowl Sunday?
February 6th.
February 6th. Okay, so then I'm going to be at the Wyndham Hotel at Newark Airport. I know the party starts at 5 o'clock. What time is halftime?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. Okay, so the party starts at 5, and shortly after halftime, I'll lose myself in the bathroom. Oh. I don't know, all those hours and hours of sports, it's just, after a while, it's like, can I go home? So I'll see you guys at the Wyndham for Super Bowl Sunday. It's going to be fabulous, honey. All right, so what do we have? We've got Advice Hour, and I'm taking your calls at 866-GET-WENDY. Advice Hour is next on 107.5 WBLS.
What kind of show is this anyway? Different. How different?
Impactful, cutting edge.
Let's take this form, this very American tradition of entertainment into the 21st century, the new millennium. Okay, no. What's the name of the show?
The Experience.
I really like this. You know how I know? I'm getting a boner.
Have you lost your mind? Do you know how much mail we will get?
There's no such thing as bad publicity.
The content of the show, it's just politically incorrect.
Exactly. Who are the characters? You got characters involved?
We have 3-dimensional characters.
What do you got?
How about
Pocono Dave?
Oh, here we go, dealing with these Negroes again.
Artie, life of the party.
Your eyes are closed, a mouth is a mouth, a toe is a toe, and a booty is a booty.
This is gonna be crazy. We're gonna hit him with the bomb diggity on this one. No, we're gonna get to star in the show because we need a star to carry the show.
The queen of all media, Wendy Williams, baby.
Folks will be outraged.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
New York, big city of dreams. I got my...
Oh, Oh, shout out to Afro Alicia in the Boogie Down. She was at the comedy club last night, and she was sitting in the front row. So when I went on the stage, she was sitting there. She had her legs crossed and her arms folded across her chest. So, I'm a body linguist, and I'm looking at her, and I'm like, okay. And I stopped for a moment. I said, and what? I'm thinking, and then she said, nothing. I'm just, and she smiled. And so here she is on the fax machine. She says, all good stuff. Oh, Afro Alicia. I love you, girl. Thank you so much for your support. Say, listen, everybody, it's Advice Hour. And still to come this hour, I am going to reveal to you some of the things. All right, thank you, Robert, first of all, for sending me this information. This is really great. 10 things your plastic surgeon won't tell you. But they do in this article that Robert sent to me. And after reviewing it, I co-signed. I was like, absolutely right. I'm going to tell the listeners about this. Also, coming up later on in the show, we gossip about a startling story about 50 Cent. I got to tell you guys, you're going to be shocked. Plus, more about Lala and Mello. More about Jennifer Lopez. We talk about Fat Joe. And Ludacris is going to be our special guest. Except, I just found out, not during the hour of truth, but the hour to follow, the last hour of the show. Luda will be in the studio. Now, before we go to the telephone, I want to let you know that the woman from yesterday's Advice Hour who's 4 months pregnant, whose husband was trying to figure out how he can get the sex because now she's got a weak cervix and she can't have sex and he doesn't want to jump off. But remember, and I got all upset and I'm telling him he's a bastard and how dare you, only because I'm a woman who had a weak cervix during pregnancy, and I know what I went through. And I just felt as though he was being selfish. Well, it turns out his wife, Juanita, has a friend who was listening to the show and conveyed exactly what went down. And so Juanita sent me a very interesting fax. I'll read it to you in a minute. Hello?
Hi, Wendy. I don't have any advice to give, but I just was calling you to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy Kwanzaa. This is Sergeant Lee, the same person that brought the kids up there that time.
Thank you, Sergeant Lee.
How you doing? Just tell your husband I said Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, too.
I will, Sergeant. Thank you. And tell all the officers I said, hey, what's going on?
Can we get a little shout out on the radio too today?
Yes, you just did it, Sergeant Lee.
All right.
Take care. Bye-bye. Hello.
Hi, Wendy.
Hi.
How are you? I adore you. Love your books. You're just fabulous. You are a friend in my head. I just have to let you know that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Quick question. I have like 3 categories of friends. And, one is my, friends from college, high school, you grew up with. Then I have another category of, girls that, as you get older, you meet people at different jobs, whatever. Mm-hmm. And then I have like a whole other set that I go out with and hang out with. Right. Problem is, all 3 categories don't really know about each other.
Right.
So I'm getting tugged every which way about how I don't spend enough time with each one. And I have a man. And the problem
Damn,
is
how do you manage it all? Do you have a job?
Yeah, I have a job. That's the problem. I have a very demanding job. And a lot of them are now blaming my man because he's new.
Oh.
And he and I have been together now, it's about 13 months.
Well,
it's getting on my nerves. And I'm ready to just cut everybody off because that's how I am. And I was just recently accused that I was isolating myself and blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, no, first of all, I got a job, I got a man. But he, I don't even give him all my time.
Well, how old are you?
I'm 30. I don't have time for this. This is childish to me.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, here's the thing about cutting off some of your girlfriends.
Mm-hmm.
If your man ever walks out of your life, realize that they are not going to accept you back in.
Okay.
And with that in mind, you will learn how to become your own best friend and navigate through life without these girls or a man for a moment.
Exactly.
I've got to tell you, and I've said it many times on this show, depending on what your age is, sometimes it is time to cut loose some of the girlfriends if what you are intending on doing with your life is wanting to eventually settle down and have children and be a career, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Oriented family woman. And at 30, this is the perfect time to do or die.
It is.
I can't make your choice for you. I don't say cut off all your girlfriends, but you know what? You might want to trim the fat.
Right.
You understand?
I totally understand. Because I've heard your comments about that in terms of the whole girlfriend theory.
Oh, I've done it before. And you know what? I've held on to those who've held on, who've managed. And I'll tell you, I've trimmed it down to Regina and Lisa as my primary girls.
Right, exactly.
And I have no regrets.
Right. But I think also what I'm also realizing is a lot of it is also coming from them not having good relationships. And because I don't my man treats me very well. So I don't really like to tell, because sometimes females don't want to hear that.
You don't have to explain to me.
So I keep a lot of that to myself, so they think that
and you need
he's
to keep
monopolizing my time, and that's not the case at all. I don't want to let you know
keep all your
everything.
relationship business to yourself, whether it's that he makes
the
love
outside
well.
is what hurts you, man.
Oh, yeah, or that you fight. All right, I wish you well.
Thank you so much, Wendy. I love you. Have a great day.
Love you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And good luck with getting your grown woman on. Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Wendy.
How are you?
I'm all right, but I think I'm sleeping with homo.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, it
really.
wouldn't be the first time a woman has said this. Now, what makes you think this?
Okay, he's not my boyfriend. He's just my jump off. And I was giving him a professional the other day, and I have a toy, and I just kind of put the toy a little close there, and I was kind of expecting him to push my hand away and say, stop, don't do that.
Right.
And he turned around and said, yeah, go ahead, turn me out.
Oh, case closed, people. He used the phrase, turn me out?
Yes, Wendy, those were his exact words to me.
How long have you been sleeping with him?
About 3 months.
Okay. Well, it's up to you to make the decision, but as far as I'm concerned, your point has been proven.
He's certainly how you doing, right?
What was it, a big, or was it the size of, was it a little French tickler, or was it a big old,
No, it's a ring for the penis.
And you were going to put it in?
Well, not exactly in, but I wasn't exactly allowing him to let me stay as close as I did.
Wow.
Anything and it vibrates. That's the thing. It vibrates.
Okay, you're leaving out the important part. Okay.
I just didn't sit it there. It moves. It vibrates.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "Turn me out."
Yeah, case closed. Good
So
luck.
he is. But now, Wendy, what does that make me?
It makes you a woman with a decision to make, and I wish you well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, is this me? Okay. All right, so here's Juanita. Her name is Juanita, and here she goes. Dear Wendy, this is Juanita Links, and yesterday you read my facts about my man who hadn't had sex with his wife in 4 months because she was having a hard time getting pregnant. The husband wrote the facts yesterday. Well, Wendy, this is his wife, and I just want to let you know that as his wife, my friend heard your show yesterday, and when you were done reading the facts, she called my house and told me what he faxed to you. I was devastated at the fact he is only thinking about himself instead of me and our unborn child. He is so selfish. After my friend called me, I asked her to come over and packed all his things for me. Wow. She came over and packed all his clothes and put them out on the front lawn. I called my brother, who is a locksmith and an expert in effing looks up. Wow. When my brother came, I told him everything that had happened, and he changed the locks and waited until my husband came home and, knocked him out, we'll just say. Gave him a two-piece. My husband walked up to the house and saw his clothes on the front lawn and immediately got the message and attempted to get back in the car and leave. Notice I said attempted, Wendy. My brother was looking out the living room window, and as soon as he turned his back, my brother opened the door and started chasing him. When my brother caught up with him, he started beating the shit out of him. And he made him apologize for being so inconsiderate and selfish. I felt so bad about the beating. So I told my husband to get all of his stuff and move back in, and he did. When my friend and my brother left, he said he was sorry again, and he was just used to having sex all the time, and he needed to pleasure himself because he would never cheat on me. It's only one-page facts. This is how it ends. Good. I'm glad, it all turned out well then, because the family is still intact. He did need a quick reality check. One woman faxed in, Juanita, a woman faxed in and said you could just give your husband a professional. Does she understand or not that most women, don't you get turned on by giving, and therefore juices start flowing, and that can immediately put this woman at risk of, you understand what I'm saying? When you have a weak cervix, she has Juanita, you have what I have. And girl, believe me, I know what you're going through. We talked all about it yesterday. Juanita, girl, I'm glad that your husband's back in. I guess your brother showed him. Sometimes you do need to put a little muscle in action. Now, he just needs to sit there and pleasure himself. Make him a hot Susie as opposed to a hot supper. Make him a hot Susie and send him to the other room. By the way, this is from Brooklyn Drillnista. Dear Wendy, you keep talking about a hot Susie, but how about hot Susie's older friend, Sister Fifi? Oh. Fifi is a towel layered with a plastic bag. Wow. She is rolled up, not too tight, and baby oil or lotion is squeezed in the middle onto the plastic layer. Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Fifi works better than a hot Susie. I mean, because with Susie, you're using cardboard. Yeah. You know, the bopper from the toilet paper or depending on how big you are, the paper towel. Yeah. With Fifi, you're using a plastic bag. One size fits everybody.
You're going to slide on that.
According to how you squeeze. Yeah. Not only that, but the moisture of the towel wrapping around Susie makes the cardboard a little weird in the feel. Mm-hmm. Whereas the moisture, that hot moisture of the towel around a plastic bag, better than a plastic bag, how about a sheet of saran wrap?
There you go.
Oh. Wow. Fifi. Wow. Hey, Juanita over there, make your husband a hot Fifi. Don't watch him do it because you don't want to create any juices. You go in the other room. Wow. Thank you, Brooklyn Drillnista.
Brooklyn will know.
And yeah, well, Drillnista says that he got it out of Maxim magazine. Oh, that's excellent. P.S. I was disappointed that you didn't run the drill on John Leguizamo. Please, I was disappointed too. I'm not running the drill. I don't even want to be accused of that. My job is to prevent myself from laughing as the drill's getting run. I don't know why. Dave, you're at the buttons. What was your excuse for not running the drill? You weren't able to see.
That was my fault.
Oh, wait, no, that's right. I'm sorry, Dave. It was Art's fault. Every time Dave reached over for the drill, Art would smack his hand away because Art was over there moist and grouping out on John Leguizamo and couldn't see that, the objective here is to entertain people. Stay the course. Stay the course. Right. Art over there, he brought in his disposable camera the day Leguizamo came in. Like he's over there grouping out. You couldn't see all that up in here?
That's all right. But I wanted to give him a pass.
No more passes.
No more passes. Sorry.
Leguizamo, it's late, but better late than never. Again and again. Again and again. Remix. And by the way, somebody asked me about Game's teeth. Game's teeth looked all right. I mean, everything about Game looked all right.
Were they contacts or his real eyes?
No, those were his real eyes.
Okay.
Yeah, because you noticed that too. I said that in the interview. Or what are your eyes, hazel, green, or what? Yeah. And he didn't seem to be like high or anything like that. He was, you know what I mean?
He was focused.
Yeah, he was focused. Anyway, everybody, 'tis Advice Hour here on The Experience. And I told you I have those 10 things that your plastic surgeon won't tell you. Plus, I got some more faxes here. It's the Wendy Williams Experience. And we're doing the damn thing. Martin Bashir, by the way, doesn't want to get up on the stand against Michael Jackson. Did you hear that? Well, apparently he filed a motion on Tuesday saying that, he works for himself, he's a journalist, and they can't force him to testify. Because I just reported to you about a week ago that they were forcing him to testify. He said, no, I don't want to testify. Bashir, please. I would love to see how E reenacts. Please. All right, everybody, keep it where you got it. My fax machine is open at 866-WendyFax. I see it's humming along, stacked full. I love that. All right, we'll be back.
Wendy, man.
Hello?
What's going on, Remy? What happened with you and Gloria Velez?
Talking mad reckless to me. FYI, I never got robbed in my life.
Okay.
You letting Gloria Velez rob me.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
Hey, everybody, it's the Wendy Williams Experience. Dear Wendy, I've been dating my boyfriend for 5 years. We've been living together for 4 years. He's been in and out of jobs ever since I've known him. He just lost his job again. This one lasted for 5 months. Wendy, I am getting fed up with his nonchalant attitude. I take the incentive to find him jobs. I usually end up paying all the bills. This is crazy. I'm 28 years old, and I still don't have an engagement ring. At this pace, I think I will never get one unless he gets the lotto, unless he hits the lotto. We're very compatible emotionally and physically, not always mentally. He's 4 years younger than me. Okay, remember, they've been in the relationship for 5 years. He's 4 years younger, and she's 28. I always pardon his behavior because I love him so much. I want a family, and I've spoken to him numerous occasions about our futures together. I want to live lavishly, and his work with his work ethic, I'm afraid that we'll never get ahead. I have a great job. He's jobless. Please advise me. Yeah, you're settling for less. You are trying to mold him into something that he apparently cannot be. And that could be because you've been together since he was 18 and now he's 24. You know what I mean? And you're 28. And 24 and 28, a woman and a man, there's a significant difference. You see what she wants? She's the average 28-year-old woman. That's what she wants. He is a loser. Dump him. Stop trying to mold him into something that he's not before you get the loser juice pushed off on you. You're still young, girl. Get out there, back on the single stroll, and focus. Seems like you are. He's pulling you down. It's crazy. It's crazy. No way. No way. Dear Wendy, I need your help badly. I'm a 35-year-old woman who's about to get married on February 15th. I've been in a relationship with this man for 13 years. We both have cheated on each other, but I've come clean about how many times and who I've cheated with. I want him to do the same. I want the same respect from him, but he is not telling me who and how many women. We're supposed to get married. We were supposed to get married last year, but I couldn't because I wasn't ready to become his wife without knowing everything. I thought I was ready, but now I am having mixed feelings. I don't know what to do. We have 3 kids together. 2 are his, and they're 2 years old and 6 years old, and 1 from a previous relationship. He's 16. Oh, she has 1 from, we have 3 kids. 2 are his. Okay, and then hers is the 16-year-old. Same time, I don't want to marry this man and then have regrets later. Am I wrong for wanting the same respect? Should I just marry him and forget the other women? Help me. The wedding date is February 15th. Yeah, marry him. You can't expect somebody to be as forthright as you. Who cares how many women and all like that? As long as one of them wasn't your best friend, somebody you know, something crazy like that. And even if it was, if he's not going to tell you, maybe he's changed his ways. Although, both of you probably have a tough time being faithful to each other. And you confess too much. I don't know why were you talking so much? Telling him who you've cheated with and how many. Oh, I know. What did he raise I know. He raised his voice and you could feel a hot breath in your face. And so you decided it's just best to confess. Girl, lie to the end. Lie to the end. You let that breath sweat the curls out of your hair and moisten your makeup. Keep lying. Lie. They do. Lie. And you're not going to get the truth out of him. Stop badgering him. Now, whether you're going to marry him or not, that's on you. But you're not going to get the truth. Stop. Okay. 10 things your plastic surgeon won't tell you. I'm actually a dentist. That's number 1. Oh, yeah. As long as you have the DR period before your name, they're letting all kinds of people do plastic surgery these days. You don't know? You know your endocrinologist can do a nose job on you? Do you know that your dermatologist can give you a tummy tuck? All it is a few courses at the night school. They don't tell you that, though, because you will flinch. And I'll tell you one thing. Who wants to go to a dentist to get a breast implants? Here's another thing they lie about. That's not my specialty. What? Very few plastic surgeons are forthright with their specialty. And there are specialty ones. There are plastic surgeons that specialize in nose jobs. For the black woman, specialize in nose jobs. For all women, specialize in breasts. The guy who did my breasts happens to do breasts for a lot of strippers. I love that. Now I want to see your book. Oh, yeah, nice. Nice. He also happens to specialize in tummy tucks, leg lifts, like all that other kind of stuff. I don't know whether he does noses and stuff like that. I'd find out if I ever went there. And I don't plan on it. But you know what I'm saying? There are specialty plastic surgeons. You want to go to one that specializes in what you want. This won't last forever. That's another thing that they tell you. Whether it be the pain or the scar or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm just getting the feeling back in my lower stomach. But I knew that. Because I know how to talk to them and extract the proper information. You know, like when I got my tummy tuck. Are you kidding me? My stomach was numb. You could cut me. You know, with a knife. I wouldn't even feel it. You could lick on my navel and I wouldn't feel it. I'm just getting the sensation. I got my tummy tuck, four Februaries ago. It's just coming back. And the line is still there. He was forthright because I asked. I didn't expect it to disappear. I'll tell you what, I'd rather have this cut than have all that gut. Ooh. Okay. Hold on, Dave. What did that sign say that you held up?
2 minutes.
Oh, 2 minutes. Okay. Here's number 4. It's the anesthesia you need. It's the anesthesia you need to worry about. Yeah, they don't tell you that. Anesthesia will kill you. Don't lie about how much you weigh. When your plastic surgeon asks you, it's because they are going to give you a dose based on your weight. And the anesthesia will kill you. Be aware. Here's another one they lied to you about. My office may not be the best place for the surgery. Oh, yeah. Plastic surgeons, many of them are notorious for having office setups. But that's not a surgery center. If you go into cardiac arrest, where are those things? Boom, 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 boom. You know, where your body flies up in the air. Yeah. Honey, don't let them do it to you. And part of the reason why they do it to you is because you don't do your research or ask enough questions. My consultations are closer to sales pitches. Yeah. The consultations, because some of them, you know, if you go for a consultation, sometimes the consultation will be free. Sometimes it's $200. And then they apply that towards your surgery. But if you don't guide them to what you want to know, they will sit there and just spew information out at you. What you want to do during consultation is strip down. Strip down, let's get right to it. Here's the fact, this is what I want done. Don't try to sell me. Look at me. Take off your clothes. Number 7. This will cost you more than you think. Yeah. This is what you do. How much time do I have left on this break? Why am I getting so angry? Turn the heat down in here. I'm sweating out my hair. Oh my gosh. Oh. I need something to drink.
No extra time.
No. I don't want to mess up with the affiliates and stuff like that. All right, look. I'm on number 7 because I'm going to get to cost more than you think. Ludacris, by the way, will not be up for the Hour of Truth. He'll be up the following hour. So we have time to luxuriate in conversation. I'm going to finish up this list of 10 things your plastic surgeon won't tell you. And then we gossip. We'll kick things off with Lala and Mello next on The Experience.
It's Wendy, man.
I got slayed so well. Made me do things I don't even do to my husband.
Oh my God! The Wendy Williams Experience.
Ow. Hey, this is the legendary Harmonica Sunbeam, and you're listening to the Queen of Radio, Wendy Williams. How you doing?
It's the Wendy Williams Experience, everybody. And the NAACP Image Awards will be given out on Friday, March 25th. And we've got the best, one of the actresses in the Best Supporting Actress category on the phone. Hello.
Wendy.
It's Valerie Pettiford, everybody.
Hi, my love. How are you?
Our favorite, very hip mother from Half and Half.
Happy New Year, my dear.
You too, honey. So listen, tell us all about your nomination.
How excited am I? 2 years in a row. I'm just so blessed. It's twofold. I am so excited, but my girl Mona didn't. Rachel True didn't get nominated, or Alec Mappa. So I'm excited about me, but I'm sad about my girl because she's awesome, and so is Alec.
Well, you know what? There's always next year.
I hope so, because they rock. But nonetheless, to answer your question, I am so thrilled. I'm so honored.
And the show is doing so well.
Yeah, we're having the time of our lives. Once again, time of our lives. How are you?
How many years are you, or how close are you to syndication where you can get that constant check and be on 5 days a week?
Oh, Lord. Hopefully at the end of next year, at the end of next season, I think we will hit. Because I think they're doing, syndication starting at 98 shows. And I think that will happen at the end of next season.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, we're psyched.
That's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing.
So was anybody else from the show nominated in terms of behind-the-scenes people, costume, set design, anything like that?
You know what? The only thing that I know is myself, of course, Thelma Hopkins, Essence Atkins, Chico Beneman were nominated individually, and the show, the cast, the show of Half and Half. And I'm so thrilled that the show got nominated.
That's big.
That's big.
Well, Val, we'll all be watching.
Thank you, baby.
And I wish you well.
Thank you, sweetheart. And just wanted to holler at you, if you don't mind me just pushing my little CD on cdbaby.com or ValeriePettiford.com. Go in here and listen to me sing or buy a CD.
There you go. It's ValeriePettiford.com, everybody.
Yes, indeed. Thank you for letting me do that shout-out, honey. I appreciate that.
You're welcome, Val. Take care.
You too. Bye.
Yeah, that's nice. She's a friend of the show. Val has been here before. She plays Big Dee Dee on the show. I love everybody on that cast. Rachel True is a friend of the show. She's been here. Chico Beneman. Thelma Hopkins hasn't been here, but friend in my head. I've known her in my head since Tony Orlando and Dawn. I just love everybody on the show. Wonderful cast of characters. Don't forget, write it down, the NAACP Image Awards. Friday, March 25th on Fox, and we'll be rooting. You know what? I need to see who else is in her category. I had the list. Shaylin, you think we still have enough time for you to run back to the office and see if Nicole has the list of nominations? Somebody faxed them over to me earlier. I didn't realize that Val was going to be calling in. Otherwise, I would have held on to it. I threw them away because it's just too much paperwork. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? But now I want to say who's in that category. Anyway, so we were talking last hour about 10 things your plastic surgeon won't tell you. And I'm going to quickly breeze through these because I got to share with you this 50-cent situation. Okay, so this will cost you more than you think. Yet your plastic surgeon won't tell you that unless you tell him or her. And this is what you do. Look, I've got $5,000 and not a penny more. This is what I want. This is what I need. Be real talk. How much is it going to be? If you're paying in cash and, you don't have an ongoing relationship with this plastic surgeon, they're going to ask you for half up, in the beginning and then, have the other half in before your surgery date. If you're doing it on credit, then, they'll run your credit, make sure that it's all good and then like that. But you want to know. You want to know what it's going to cost. I mean, you can't go in for a boob job and they say, $6,000 and you say, while I'm under, can you do a little bit of liposuction or whatever, and neglect to say how much more will that be? And also, they will not tell you, but I do offer a discount. Because guess what? You can get the boobs for $6,000, get a few cc's of fat sucked out for an extra $1,000. Whereas if you got those two things in separate operations, the liposuction might cost you $4,000 and the boobs might cost you the $6,000. But if you get them both together, hey, listen, surgeons, they can make their own prices. Hey, as long as you're under, I'll charge you an extra, $2,000. Normally it'd be a $5,000 job. I'll suck your whole ass out. Ooh. I mean, you know what I'm saying? They're not going to tell you they offer discounts, but they do. Not that you want discount plastic surgery, but what I mean is, like you're better off getting both at one time. It'll be cheaper. That type of thing. They're also not going to tell you, this is number 9, I'm not sure how safe this is. They're not going to tell you that. Why would they tell you that? They're not going to tell you that. And also, they're not going to tell you that my before and after pictures could be doctored, so don't trust them. Oh, please. Of course they could. Of course they can doctor them. You can't even believe before and after pictures. It really is the honor system. Because even when you want to get your boobs done, and he's done a lot of strippers' boobs and all like that, and so on. When you get your best conversation and know how about a plastic surgeon, sit in the waiting room and observe the patients, the people coming in to get their stitches taken out and their band, and you have conversation. Don't sit there all, quiet. Talk, chat. Find out. And if you're getting plastic surgery, good luck. Just thought I could help you out with that. Robert sent me that article, and I appreciate that. Okay, hit my news music. Dateline, Los Angeles, California. Rapper 50 Cent underwent emergency surgery last night while doctors tried to replace his left hand. Don't you think we would have heard about this if this is what it was?
Yeah.
Although they say last night, so being that the UPN news hasn't come on yet, and that's normally the most Negroidian news, maybe we'll hear it tonight. I don't know. I don't know how true this is, but I'll go on. The superstar rapper, also known as Curtis Jackson, was outside of the Glass House nightclub early Tuesday morning when the Lamborghini doors on his Escalade, slammed down on his left hand. I don't know. Somebody get at me. Can somebody put some more fax paper in? Thanks. Eyewitness reports claim that it may have been a gust of wind, but some say the vibrations from the speakers in the Escalade could have caused the Lamborghini doors to shut. Paramedics rushed Jackson to the USC Medical Center, where emergency room doctors tried to reattach his hand. I'm not laughing. I'm just like, this is like weird. It looks real official, but it's weird. And by the way, I don't make up stories. Things come across and I let you know how suspect I think they are or not. And very rarely do I say something is suspect. This one, I'm not so sure. Isn't 50 big enough that this would have been on the Today Show this morning? Or maybe that's too black. But it might be on the Fox Morning News. I didn't see the whole Fox Morning News. People are still talking about Ben and Jen. Maybe 50's hand doesn't matter. Well, hold on. I'll finish reading this. Unfortunately, the blood loss was too severe and they were unable to salvage his hand. I'm not even going to finish this. This is cute, but it's not true. Let's get to something more actual. Lala's ensemble at the latest Denver Nuggets basketball game. They played a game last night, apparently, right? Lala was clad in a sequins-covered tank top, cropped designer jeans, and a pair of knee-high silver and gold brown-strapped high-heeled boots. She looked ready for the nightclub, says this article. But there she was on Friday night. That was last Friday, at the Pepsi Center, glittering like her 9-carat engagement ring amid a sea of Denver Nuggets basketball caps and jerseys, rooting for her fiancé and hometown hero, Carmelo Anthony. It wasn't just the attire that separated Lala from the typical fan. To prove her devotion, the MTV VJ has the word mellow etched on the back of her right wrist. One of 14 mostly hidden tattoos she sports. The love of my life, she smiled when asked about the tattoo. Oh, girl, stop hating. Lala clearly has a life outside of her relationship, with a BlackBerry containing phone numbers of hip-hop stars such as Eminem and Eve, and hosting gigs on 2 MTV shows and a blossoming acting career. Lala is a far cry from a low-key, behind-the-scene person that most professional sports spouses like. She radiates stardom, said Damian Fahey, who works with her on MTV. Even as a kid, Lala exuded enough style and ambition to earn the nickname Holly, as in Hollywood, from her childhood best friend. And the best friend says, she was always telling me, says Lala about the best friend. She was always telling me, you're going to make it in Hollywood. Back then, she was telling me that I was going to be on MTV. Born in 1979 in Brooklyn, Lala lived in the Big Apple until 7th grade, when her family relocated to the suburbs of New Jersey. By high school, the family uprooted to Atlanta. It helped my personality, says Lala. It made me able to adjust to different places and different people. But the bubbly Puerto Rican beauty never planned on a career in radio. Yada, 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 so on and so forth. This is a big expose. Lala, is Sugar J still in your BlackBerry? Just ask you, girl. I didn't know she was in Soul Plane. Oh, she played herself in Soul Plane. She played herself in You Got Served. She was in Urban Massacre. She played somebody named Pam Jackson. She was in Two Can Play That Game as Bobby the DJ. And she's got a movie coming up called 4 Point Play with Wood Harris from The Wire. And here are her 5 favorite hip-hop artists: Jadakiss, Jay-Z, Biggie, Tupac, and Snoop. And experts estimate that just the stone in Lala's 9-carat diamond engagement ring could have cost anywhere from $50,000 to $500,000, depending on the quality, the cut, and the clarity. You don't have to fly to New York for that kind of rock. Denver jeweler Jay Fetter has an 11-carat princess cut available for just $75,000, is what it says at the end. Wow. Go Lala, go Lala, go Mellow. Oh, Ludacris called while I was on the telephone with Valerie Pettiford, and he said that he's over at MTV right now, but he does want to come by the show like now. So I think he called from his car or something like that. So he might be in earlier than next hour. And I mean, you know, he'll, as my girl Golden Girl says in Philly, he'll just get in where he fits in. And we love Luda, so of course we'll make space. We've got lots more show to go, everybody. Congratulations to Ashanti and Samuel L. Jackson, by the way, on the success of Coach Carter. And we'll continue. How much? What do I have? 30 seconds on the break? What'd you say?
You got a minute and a half left.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, Geraldo Rivera is doing an interview with Michael Jackson. It's I have no idea when it's going to be played on TV. I just know that the judge in the Michael Jackson case has allowed him to break his gag order so he can respond to grand jury transcripts that have been leaked around the world. And so on Wednesday, which was yesterday, he recorded an interview with Geraldo, who is a Fox News reporter and a legend also, and friend of the show. Hi, Geraldo. So Fox News people have confirmed that they did the interview. I have no idea when we can actually see it. You were rolling tape, weren't you, Geraldo? You weren't just talking over Jesus juice in somebody's living room, were you? You did have a microphone, maybe hidden in your mustache or something. Alrighty, everybody. The phone lines are open. Fax machine is popping. Celebrities up to no good. We got a lot to talk about. Ludacris is coming in. We've got a lot to ask him about. So, you know, this is the place to be. And thank you so much for taking part. We'll be back.
It's Wendy, man.
I drove yesterday to get your book. That book is fire! Yes, honey, you did it again, honey. You did it again.
The Wendy Williams Experience. Yo, did you catch this flashback?
I don't understand how you boys just, you know, you could even marry somebody in the likeness of your mother. I mean, there's nothing wrong with crossing racial barriers.
It's basically inside. It's not on the outside. None of us were raised to even look at color.
You damn sure don't. You don't look at anything your color or darker.
Well, I learned older about our own people in very nervous moments. How they throw bottles. But I know I went the right direction. Hallelujah.
Oh my God, you are just so ignorant. I just love it.
Got him. This it right here. Miss a day, miss a whole lot. Coming through your speakers, boy. It's Wendy, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, the $20 million man is in the room. Oh, Ludacris.
Hello.
Hey, so did you? No, it's always nice to see you. Friend to the show. He's been here. What is this, like your third visit to the experience?
Yep. And then the last time I was supposed to be here, I think you were sick or something like that.
Something.
I came up here and you weren't even here. I was upset about it.
You still look fabulous.
And so do you. I ain't seen you look like you done got a tan. Where you been?
You know what? I use Glow on my face. You know, it is? Yeah. I love the tan look, but I just, you know, I don't like to lay out in the sun. It's not good for your skin.
Well, you're looking good, I must say.
Thank you very much.
Blinging real hard too.
So you got $20 million for you and Shaka sold Disturbing the Peace?
We got to undisclosed amount.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
You don't have to rap again.
Undisclosed amount.
Isn't that nice? Watch the candle. Yeah. Because they are a hazard. I burn them here, not at home. Are you a candle man?
A candle man?
Yeah.
Sometimes. Not all the time.
Depending on how you feel about her?
Basically.
Yeah.
You could say that.
How's Shauna doing?
Shauna doing real good. She's starting to work on her second album.
Yeah, I noticed she was on a recent magazine cover. What was it? Oh, Ludacris, you were on Source. Weren't you?
I'm on The Source. We're on Sister to Sister.
Yeah. It was the Source that I was speaking of because I was just looking at that the other day. That was a power issue.
Yeah, but Shauna, and I appreciate you playing her single up here because y'all definitely were a firm supporter. You know, everybody in New York that supported Shauna, I think she's the hardest female in the game.
Yeah,
so, you know, when she comes back, it'll be with a vengeance. Believe that.
Have you ever thought about having sex with her?
Have I ever thought about having? She's like my sister. Nah.
Yeah, you just can't go
Shauna's
there.
like the sister.
Yeah. How'd you meet her?
How did I meet her? I met her through my manager, Shaka Zulu, way back in the day. She used to be in this group called Infamous Syndicate out of Chicago, her and one other girl. When I used to work at the radio station way back in the day in Atlanta, they came through there.
Yeah.
And what happened was, you know, we listened to their music and we just kind of felt like she stuck out as the star.
Yeah.
So when I did What's Your Fantasy, you know, with my own money and everything, I invited her to the studio because I needed a female voice on there. And I was like, who better than this girl, Shauna? And she got down with the team. Ever since we shot the What's Your Fantasy video.
Yeah.
And Kevin Lyles back in the day was like, is she a star? And we was like, hell yeah, she's a star. So we signed her up.
Yeah.
And it was a go from there.
Let's take it back to What's Your Fantasy. How much did that cost you to you know, work that? Because, you know, in radio, I mean, it's not like you have all this money and you were in Atlanta and you were on the night show and, you know, where'd you get the money and how much was it?
When I worked at the radio station back in the day, a lot of my money, it was built up.
What was your salary?
Saved from like, oh man, I was making like $500 a week.
Yeah.
But then I'm talking about I was poor as hell.
Yeah. But you were a star in your town.
I was poor as hell. I was a local celebrity and poor as hell. People don't know that.
So
had no contract, no nothing. But the way we made money, we hustled in the streets.
Yeah.
And then of course, when you're a radio DJ, you get to host parties. You get this tax-free money. You know, sometimes. So that's what it was. I was hustling. I was doing clubs. I saved up money for like a good 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
From that, it was like step-by-step process. Put myself in the studio, take another year or so, get on somebody's album, you know, even if it was local, get more money, mix the album.
Gotcha.
Get some more money 6 months later, put the vinyl out.
How
more
much do you
money,
think you had to put out to get that What's Your Fantasy? How much in total?
If I had to say in total, I would say a good like $10,000 to $15,000, but that was over a 3-year span, and I was just saving it up.
Got you. So does L.A. Reid understand Ludacris?
L.A. Reid understands Ludacris. If you talk to L.A. Reid, I was the only artist that went into L.A.'s office way back in the day.
Yeah.
That he passed on. He did not sign me. He says I'm the only one because nobody really gets to come into this man's office, period. But he said I'm the only one. He had the opportunity to sign, and he did.
Yeah.
And did not sign. So, you know.
No harm, no foul. Look at you today.
I mean, hey.
You know, it's a small
crazy.
world.
It's a small world.
So how do you feel about the recent changes in Def Jam?
The changes in Def Jam, I think Jay-Z is definitely a good. You know, I think he fills the position really well. He comes to work every day at like 10 o'clock. Dude is serious about being an
How does he
executive.
dress it there as an executive?
I just went up and had a meeting with him. He had on some Evisu jeans and he had on like a dress shirt.
Okay.
So, you know.
Was it tucked in or was it, you know?
It was tucked in.
Wow.
You know, that's that 30 and over. You got to tuck your shirt in. You know, I'm getting close.
Yeah.
In about 3 years, it's a rule. You got to start tucking your shirt in.
Well,
it's only right.
Yeah, well, you know. Have you had any kids between last time we saw each other?
Nope, still one daughter.
Yeah, that's nice. How old is she?
She is 3 years old.
Are you in love?
Am I in love?
Yeah.
With my daughter? Hell
no,
yeah.
with a girl.
I'm in love with my
mother,
daughter. I'm in love with my daughter all day.
Yeah. Have you ever put her on an album cover?
No, but she was in the video, Diamond in the Back. I don't know if you saw that. That was the video where I had the
little girl,
the puffs, and she was sitting in my lap.
Yeah,
she's the most beautiful thing in the world.
Did you ever have apprehensions about putting her out there? Game was here yesterday, and he has his son on his album cover.
I mean, to be real with you, you know, I think it's crazy when they're kids. It's okay. But it's just like, you know, because she grows up, she changes.
Her look is going to change.
Her look is going to change. So that's kind of like why I was like, it's okay to go ahead and throw her in the video. And I mean, like, she's my prized possession. What can I say? I had to throw her out there. I want people to see how beautiful she is. That's real.
Yeah. What'd you get her for Christmas?
Some diamond earrings.
Oh my gosh! You know what? You got to do it. But how Negroidian?
It's only right.
What carat weight did you get her?
2 carats.
Damn you! A carat in each ear.
It's only right.
What'd you get her mom?
What'd I get her mom?
Yeah.
Me and her mother are not together, so, you know.
Yeah, but I
gave
mean,
her a hug.
a hug.
Yeah, that's what's good.
Did you slide up in?
Nah, I didn't slide up in.
When was the last time that all went down?
Well, out of respect for her mother, even though we're not together, I still respect her. So I'm not really going to get into all that personal stuff about her. I'm just going to keep it real.
Gotcha.
She's still a good person. We not together, but it's all good.
Okay. Did I just sense a little tension between me and you?
You didn't sense any kind of tension whatsoever
good,
because I'm sitting here letting you know.
Okay.
I'm not going to do that to her.
Okay.
She's a good person like yourself.
Okay.
So it's all good.
All right. It
all
sure
now.
is.
Watch out there.
So look, I need you to stay for another break.
I'm here to stay for as many breaks as you need. That's why I came here early, because I said, Wendy's my girl. I need more time with Wendy.
I do appreciate that. Your hair looks beautiful. When was the last time it was braided? An hour ago?
Braided yesterday.
Yeah. And where do you sleep? With the stocking cap on?
With a do-rag. How we do it, yeah.
And do you put some extra grease on it? Because everything is laid down. I mean, it's beautiful.
Yeah. No, I don't put any extra grease on it. The girl that braids my hair, she braids it like on an average of every 2 weeks. So
2 weeks?
She takes care of it. Shout out to Princess.
Is it fuzzy towards the end?
Is it fuzzy towards the end?
Yeah, towards the end of the 2 weeks when it's about time to
get
hell
yeah.
Yeah.
It's real fuzzy.
What sweats your braids more? Working out in the gym or sex?
What sweats them more?
Yeah.
Working out in the gym.
Yeah. You work out all the time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I put a do-rag on when I'm having sex.
Yeah.
So they don't get fuzzy.
Yeah. Or you just lay back and let her do the work. You're a big star. I mean
sometimes it depends on the woman,
Yeah.
What kind of woman are you?
Well,
What do you like? You look like you take control. Straight up. How do you do it, Wendy?
Well, just say anything about me except I look like I'm the one that fans my hair back on the pillow and says, just do me.
Right.
Because some women give me
What's
that
your
impression.
sign?
Beyonce gives me that impression.
Okay, what's your sign?
I'm a Cancer.
Cancer, yeah, see?
Yeah.
Usually Cancer's like taking control. That's crazy that you say that.
Well,
see, the do-rag comes off for like when I find that woman that I really, want to be with. That's when the do-rag.
You're a radio man in your roots, so you understand the countdown.
I understand. You can go ahead and go to the break. You got to pay bills. You got to play songs.
Exactly.
Songs we got to play too if you want.
We'll be back with more Luda.
It's Wendy, man.
Hey, Wendy.
Hi.
My boyfriend gave himself a wet Susie or whatever. He said he almost burnt his off.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
Way down in the jungle deep, the lion stepped on the signifying monkey's feet. This is Rudy Ray Moore, and right now you are listening to Wendy Williams. Wendy's pimping the game because the music sounds great like this.
I want to know what's up with Little Kim.
Please, more gossip. You need to pick it up.
Wendy girl, who's the gay rapper?
Matter of fact, it's safe to say.
It's rather controversial.
Controversy in the rap world.
This is what I know how to do, so I'm not playing.
I hear you.
Go hard or go home.
All right.
The ain't playing.
I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this before.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
I wanna love you. I wanna touch you. You know what, man, I wanna wing you.
Wendy Williams.
Microphone check, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Wendy Williams Experience. This is Wendy Williams exclusive.
Yeah. Back again. And I never lost my mojo.
Yeah, okay. Ludacris is still here on the Wendy Williams Experience. Do you give professionals to girls?
What?
I got a fax from a girl. She seemed to be concerned. I'm saying, of course he does. Only person that I know that admits something like that is our friend Cuban Links. You go downtown.
She has to be like that person. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into this. So it's not. All right. So it's not some groupie that you meet at a concert.
Oh, hell no.
And it's not some girl that you've been dating for a week.
Nothing like that. Nah. Hell no. It's got to be real serious, man.
On the other hand, if a girl was going to give you a professional at the first 2 seconds of you meeting, you just lay back and enjoy.
It's a crazy world out there these days. It's important to be safe, you know?
Absolutely.
So, it's a wild thing.
Did you hear about the reggae artist that's allegedly spreading the monster?
Man, tell me about it.
I mean, I'm going to write down the name. You tell me if you ever heard about that.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've heard of him, but I've never.
Okay,
I didn't hear about
all right. Let's move subjects. all right. Take it easy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Where'd you get the name? Let's change the subject, Luda. Where'd you get the name Red Light? I just don't, I'm not trying to wrap you up in something.
Right. No,
Act like you never saw that name.
I stay wrapped up. So it's only right.
Because one of his hoes today could be one of your hoes tomorrow.
Exactly.
Be aware.
I mean, hey, that's why you gotta keep it safe.
Yeah. I know.
That's real.
So let's talk about IOF.
Let's talk about it.
Okay. Stand up.
Give them as much exposure as we can, because...
Well, are you going to court over this? An undisclosed settlement? Where's Shaka? Shaka, what's really hood?
It's not gonna be any settlement. It's important that everybody know that I know for a fact and for sure that I didn't steal anyone's song. I have no reason to steal anyone's song. Songs. I'm about to sell over 10 million records collectively, like this week with all of my albums. No reason whatsoever to steal any song. Never met demo tapes. So all the people that's listening right now, I don't want anybody to think some artists are stuck up or that, they just trying to be, ignorant when they don't accept them for it. I wish them well, same as many times.
Let me talk to my people for just a minute. Everybody. I'm a body linguist, and I have to tell you, the body language didn't flinch, and he had eye-to-eye conversation the whole time, nor did Shaka flinch. Because what you say is one thing, but what your body is talking is a whole nother.
I mean...
There was no flinchation.
That's Lou. He's too talented for that.
Flintation.
Or well-rehearsed, one of the two.
Flintation. Y'all making up words in here.
Oh, yes.
Y'all making up words, but continue to say their name, because, what I'm saying, that's what they want. That could only be it.
So you're in town. Do you think that there's a chance they're going to meet you over at the Backdoor MTV?
I really wish they would.
Pass you court papers or serve you or something crazy?
Nah, they're not going to do anything like that. They're not going to do anything like that, but the name of their song is Straight Like That.
And yours is Stand Up.
Right. Just like that. Have you heard that term before? People say that?
Yes.
Have you heard the term Straight Like That?
Yeah.
There you have it, right?
Well, Madonna is trying to sue.
To be said.
Madonna's Madonna, they say, is trying to sue Mary J. Blige over the song "Holiday," which she says sounds like "Not Today."
Madonna is doing that?
Holiday, not today.
But Madonna's. Please don't tell me Madonna.
I'm
is
trying to tell you. All right, enough about her. She's not here. You are.
That's crazy.
Is Chingy gay?
Is Chingy gay?
How you doing?
I wouldn't be the one to know if Chingy was gay.
Well,
I don't know anything about that.
When the hoes walk in the room, does he run out?
I don't even conversate with this individual anymore, so I couldn't.
Oh, this individual. So it's official, like a referee with a whistle.
You know what? Rich Nice, yeah, that's right.
Rich Nice.
Now, to be real with you, man, I'm just cause you my folk. I'm gonna answer any questions you want about Chingy, but I'll run it into the ground, Wendy. Like, I'm tired of talking about Chingy.
Well, you
man.
didn't come here, so just one more
question. You know
question.
what? And I'll do it for your audience, but just understand, I'm really tired. Like, we're moving on. Just
He's
like you said.
He's no more a member of the DTP.
No.
Okay, and he will never wear the chain. He will never. It's done.
It's done. It's done. From our standpoint, it's definitely done.
Shaka, was there a payout in the back office? A payout in the back office?
You got business.
Okay, business. I got you. Let's move on.
Yeah, and let me just say that moving on, we just did a venture deal with Def Jam.
Yeah.
So, we got a whole new roster. Shout out to Bobby V, who was our first R&B artist.
Okay.
And basically, you'll hear his song soon. It's called Slow Down. So, you got to support it like you always support us, because we love the support.
I am a supporter. Now, how about you support me? I've got a CD about to be released on Virgin Records the top of the spring.
Oh, really?
And I'm
you
taking...
rapping now?
No.
What you doing?
I take my rapping and singing friends, and it's called Wendy Williams Presents.
Right.
The Fire Starter.
The Fire Starter. That's dope.
I got clear up issues with Virgin, but I'll let that with her.
Oh.
What issues we got with
Exactly, Shaka. Bring the front office to the front of the mic. Okay. All right. Well, all right, let's make sure everybody gets everybody's numbers.
Alrighty.
Can I run your pockets? I love to play this game. Can I see what's in your pockets? And I'm not going to put you on blast about anything. Friend to the show. I'll talk to you when he leaves. And while you're emptying your pockets, I want to ask you about the naked girls at your party, because I totally understand your right to want to have naked women walking around. Okay, what is that? Keys. One key. Ooh, she's important. Who's that? Your Brooklyn broad?
That's my key. What are you talking about? That's my key.
Do you have a place here in New York?
It's in. I do. It's in Jersey though.
Where's the ism? Oh,
I didn't know that you liked ism. Otherwise, I would have brought some up here for you. I mean, I keep that in a place where it's safe.
He's got about $2,000 in $100 bills, a nail clipper. Let me see your nails. Nice. He keeps himself together. You've got on no rings, just a big honking, 5-carat round.
Man, you're good at that. You good. Yeah, 5
I enjoy being
each.
a girl.
Yeah, nah.
I might not be able to have, but I can fantasize.
Nah, but to be real, it's like, I wear jewelry kind of like when I'm on stage. As far as just being out, I don't even do it anymore. I'm tired of it.
Because you've arrived and there's no need to brag. I totally understand. How's the Ludacris Foundation doing? You do good things for great people. See, you didn't think I was going to ask you something.
About that. Wendy, see?
Come
that's
on,
right,
man.
I love you for that.
We're all
It's
growing.
not always just about
hoes.
You know what I'm saying? It's about good things too. I'm so glad you asked that. The Ludacris Foundation. What hospital were we just at not too long ago here in New York? The Children's Hospital. I just want to talk about the things we did over the holidays for, of course, Thanksgiving and for Christmas. We gave out over $50,000 worth of toys to children that were in New York, Los Angeles, Detroit, Houston, Texas, Chicago, Atlanta, Georgia. Went to all these places myself. Visited the children, brought smiles to their face, gave out toys. It was a beautiful thing. So
that's nice.
That's what the Ludacris Foundation is all about. It's about helping kids help themselves. So it's not just focused on one particular project. It's a lot of different projects. So
did you cry after you left and got in your car?
I didn't cry, but I felt it in the heart though.
Yeah,
it feels good.
Did you get misty?
You know what? I'll be real with you. There was this kid that was shot. I think like 5 times. And I definitely got misty when I saw him, to the point where he's in rehabilitation. So I wanted to go back and see him at this hospital. It definitely makes you, you can feel it. It comes on real strong.
So what's up with you and T.I.? Do you have love for him?
I got love for T.I., man. I got love for anybody in the South doing their thing. Any artist that puts their heart into what they do, I got love for them.
Now, there is no more Def Jam South. When's the last time you heard from Scarface?
Scarface, we still talk on a regular basis. He's doing the Ghetto Boys thing right now. They just came out with the album. The Ghetto Boys are reunited.
Nice.
And Scarface is just doing his thing.
I'm just asking.
Yeah, the South cares.
Okay.
The South cares. The Ghetto Boys put it down a long time ago. So, the fact that they're back, it means something.
Mine's playing tricks on me.
Yes.
And whatnot.
Exactly. But yeah, Scarface is doing good.
Do you condone pimping in its rawest form?
Do I condone pimping in its rawest form?
Yeah.
What do you feel as if it's the rawest form?
Girls working the track. Girls, just straight up,
No, I condone it. I do pimping in a whole nother light. I like to pimp the system of the music industry.
Yeah.
That's the kind of pimping I'm into.
Yeah.
Getting checks from all different kinds of labels and things of that nature.
I'm talking about the girls on the track.
Yeah, that's not me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm more into the pimping the system and pimping the music.
Well, you're more into your money because now you've amassed quite a catalog of music yourself, a certain amount of money, and now you and Shaka just did this new deal.
We did a new deal, joint venture, Def Jam Records. So shout out to LA, shout out to Jay-Z. It's gonna be a beautiful future. Believe that. Bobby V coming, Sharifa, who sounds like a young Mary J. Blige, and
Mary J. Blige is still young. I hate that because then it makes me feel old. Oh, shut up.
Mary J. Blige is the greatest of all times. Basically, let me just say, this would be like her protege, basically.
Don't try to clean it up. Mary, he called you old.
Man, look, Mary, that's my folks, so you can't even, Mary's my girl.
I'm just trying to start something.
Yeah, you always trying to start something.
Look at me. Is LA going to pay more attention to Cameron than you? Had to ask.
I don't think Cameron is with Def Jam anymore, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so then he's... That's right.
Come on, Wendy. Wendy.
The deal was just done a few weeks ago. You got to forgive me, okay? I got my own bombs going off in my own life.
I feel you. I'm going to let you slide with that.
Thank you, David.
I'm going to let you slide.
So your pockets are empty. The money's on the table. The keys on the table. The truth is on the table. The chingy, the IOF, the hose, the Luda Foundation. It's going down. Ludacris, always a forthright guest on the show.
Yeah.
What have I left out that you could possibly want to fill me in on?
Like I said, Bobby V. I'm just trying to plug my new artist, man.
Okay, Bobby V.
If we can play the song, please do it. I'm glad that you like the number one spot. The song y'all just played. The Red Light District is already platinum.
Where'd you find that name, by the way?
Red Light District. Yeah, you skipped that question.
Yeah, no, I started to ask you, and then I went into something else. Come back.
And
the
girls at the party. See?
Yeah.
I'm trying to go back to your question.
Come back. Keep
the
me
Red
on
Light
track.
District
Look how hot he
is
looks
this place
on the cover.
in Amsterdam where a lot of stuff that's illegal here is legal there.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, it's more like a state of mind. You know what I'm saying? It's like no holds barred. It's just like a metaphor for living life on the edge. That's what that album is all about. You know, it gets real personal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think one of your favorites would be Large Amounts on that album. So when you get a chance, you got to check that one out.
Well, I have to tell you,
personal.
I've checked out your whole album, sir. And while I don't know every song by name, you know, I do know what I like, and I snap my neck.
You like Virgo?
With
please,
9.
sipping on. My husband's a Virgo, September 17th.
I'm a Virgo.
When's
we all
yours?
Virgos.
When's yours?
9/11 is my birthday. Isn't that bad?
Yeah, that is. That's something else.
That sucks.
You are a very complex people, and you get bored really easily. I mean,
That's
holding
true.
you all's attention is something else.
Except when at the Wendy Williams
working it.
experience.
Got my Dougie Fresh's birthday is the same time as my husband's.
That's
Same
what's
birth date and stuff like that. So that's like our little song when that comes on, like, honey, sipping on Merlot. What's your
Sipping
favorite
on
liquor?
Merlot. My favorite liquor is probably just, I hate to be old fashioned, but Hennessy, man.
You know something? I like champagne. I have an appreciation for Hennessy and Merlot and all that Pinot Grigio. I'm just not there yet.
Jack Daniels is also a good one.
Yeah.
If you're gonna drink, why not just get to it? You know,
Please.
Why waste time?
Exactly.
Wine to me is like wasting time. You get you some Jack Daniels, then
Take it to the head. Have you ever sucked Jack Daniels out of a girl's navel?
Oh.
no, I've never done that. I have to try that on somebody.
Wow. Damn.
Someone special.
Wow.
Have you ever poured Bacardi in the small of a girl's back? You know, right there where it serves as a cup.
I've never done that, man. I'm gonna have to see. It's a lot of things I
Have
haven't
you
done.
ever made a hot Susie on a lonely night? What? Look, I'm going to send you out with this. I'm going to send you out with this one done. Look.
I'm about to feel like I'm getting old. Like, what the hell is a hot Susie?
I'm gonna give you one better. Hot Susie's got a big sister. Her name is Fifi.
Oh.
I'm gonna tell you about Fifi.
Tell me about Fifi.
Take you a really hot towel, wrap it in like the saran wrap,
Right.
and squeeze till you're in the fit. On a lonely night,
With baby oil in the middle.
Fifi is there, honey.
I ain't messing with you, man.
And on that note, Mr. Chris,
You are crazy, but I love you
friend
for
to
it.
the show.
For sure.
Thank you so much for coming in. I love to see my guests exit.
Yeah.
So we don't need to kiss or anything. Just take your
all
money
good.
and your key and let me see you walk.
Thank you for having a Negro.
Oh, yes. Please do come back.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it, man.
Shaka, I don't want to see you burnt up and Ludacris left with all the money. Get away from the candle. Goodbye, star. Bye-bye, light and tall. How you doing? Bye. All right. There they go. Nice crew of guys. You guys, keep it here. It is what it is, people. It's the Wendy Williams experience.
Wendy, man.
I'm 46 years old. I haven't had any in 3 years. My wife cut me off 3 years ago because of her serious mental deficiencies, and I've still been a faithful husband.
The Wendy Williams experience.
Oh, yeah. It's the Wendy Williams experience on 107.5 WBLS. How you doing, everybody? Caller number 11 on the phone is right now at 866-GET-WENDY. Is going to get passes for Tyler Perry's inspirational stage play at the Beacon Theater. It's called Meet the Browns. See, I've been giving away these passes for the last few nights in the 6 o'clock hour. Fooled ya, because it's 26 after 5. I don't think you can predict what I'm going to do. So caller number 11 is going to win them now. And the passes are for Sunday, January 23rd. If you happen to be free and you would love to go see this stage play. Meet the Browns. It's a Tyler Perry play.
How you doing?
Oh, gosh. Come on.
Sorry.
No, I was going to say, and he does good work. So they say, honey. Let me stop. Caller number 11 wins those passes right now. Shout out to everybody uptown in Harlem. Well, you're even closer than everybody else when it comes to partying at the Cherry Lounge. Every Friday night, it's going down at the Cherry Lounge. DJ Goldfinger. no cover for the ladies before midnight.
Very grown and sexy.
I was going to say it's a grown and sexy crowd. They don't accept do-rags and jerseys and sweats and all that crap. So, if you want to get your grown and sexy on a Friday night, there's valet parking at the Cherry Lounge. It's the place to be. You know what? The Shadow is free tonight. The Shadow nightclub. 23 and older for the ladies and 25 and older for the men. The Shadow. So if you're looking for some place to get your groove on tonight and you kind of short in the pockets because you donated all your money to tsunami relief and to the King Memorial in D.C. and spent it all on Christmas, you can get your party on free tonight.
Yeah. And I'm bowling tonight and every Thursday.
Oh, every Thursday.
Every single Thursday I'll be bowling at the Soul Bowl.
There's two things that you can count on every single week, come hell or high water. I'm at the Laugh Factory every Wednesday.
Yes.
No matter what. And every Thursday, Artie's at the Soul Bowl. Hey, what's your email address?
ArthurJEvans@AOL.com. ArthurJEvans.
And I know that's really weird. I know you guys think it's crazy, but that's the only way to get through to me. Other than, you know what? We do have a show comment line. It's 212-592-0464. I'm talking about aside from, when I'm sitting here for the 4 or 5 hours. Artie always gives me my emails. And for some reason, he finds time in his life to email everybody back. What is it? ArthurJEvans@AOL.com?
I answer everyone.
The J is for...
Joan.
The J is for Jow.
Oh, no.
Jow, you doing?
There we go.
I'm joking. Anyway, let's continue on with the break, and we'll come back and wrap up the first part of the party, and then we'll continue with the bonus hour after 6 on 107.5 BLS. Sorry, Dave.
Random from each location to qualify.
Hey, everybody, it's the Wendy Williams Experience. And shout out to Sexy Scorpio in Ohio. I appreciate you listening to the show. She's 29, and she's a single mother of a 4-year-old. And she's got the hots for the pharmacist at her local CVS and asking me how to approach him. I will say this. The next time you pick up your medication, and hopefully it's not for herpes or something crazy, along with passing him the money, pass him a note asking him, is he single? Because she said the pharmacist checks her out, so apparently both of them are just so damn shy, it's like ridiculous. And at 29 years old, you really do need to let go of that. But I'll give you those jewels, or that jewel. Just pass a note along with your money. Are you single? If he says no, keep it moving. If he says yes, then verbalize, maybe 1 or 2 other jewels. Let's see what he says from there. Anyway, good luck. Shout out to Penny Hardaway. Penny? Penny? Do you know a woman in Phoenix, Arizona? Do you know a woman in the 602? Because she has faxed me her telephone number and the whole gamut. Penny?
He used to play ball out there.
Yeah, well, about 4 months ago, something went down to change his life, at least for the next 18 years, according to this woman.
Wow.
I shan't elaborate. Wow. I'll call her behind the scenes after the show. See what I can get from her. So, you guys, UPN, did you read this? Is it in your local paper? UPN Network is seeing a sharp ratings decline. Hit that music. I'll do it.
Okay.
UPN has been seeing a sharp ratings drop in its 6 comedies that appeal largely to blacks and isn't sure whether that reflects a change in the popularity of the shows or how viewers are counted. 5 of the 6 comedies, which air on Monday or Tuesday nights, have seen viewership by at least 10%, viewership drop by at least 10% in the last year, according to the Nielsen Media Research. Yeah, but why haven't we talked about this before? There's not enough Nielsen boxes in black homes. I mean, that's a simple 1 + 1 = 2. None of the comedies are yet threatened by cancellation, but in the television business, lower ratings mean lower advertising revenue, and network executives rarely have much patience for that. 2 of the programs, Girlfriends and Half, were nominated for NAACP Image Awards for Best Comedy. The composition of black viewers in the Nielsen sample has changed. Part of this is cut off. I'm not sure whether it's right or wrong, but it's different. Here's UPN 9 Entertainment President Dawn Ostroff says, we clearly believe in the shows. And the shows are all in great shape. Some of the words got cut off. Yeah, more Nielsen boxes in minority homes. That's simple. 1 + 1 = 2, isn't it? Usher's saying that he's not happy with the Jennifer Lopez song. Get it right. I like Usher's version of the song better, but I love La Lopez. He's saying though that let me see. Are there any quotes from Usher? No, there are no Usher quotes. Oh, his response to her doing it. I hate it, and I better get some publishing rights from it because Usher's that was his song at first, and they're virtually saying that Jennifer picked it up out of the garbage can and did it. In the meantime, the video Get It Right? Well, word is that Mark Anthony did not approve of Jennifer's image in that video. In the meantime, she looks great in that video. She looks great on the album cover. And Mark, they say, is feeling that a woman of 35 years old should be taking her image in a different direction. He likes to see her dressed up more like La Lopez, in the fashion of, Grace Kelly or, Liz Taylor and, all that. And cannot stand the Jenny on the Block. And Jen, I know you're trying to drop that, but you are Jenny on the Block in the Get It Right video. And we love you for that. Sometimes we think all you are is a behind who does no crunches until you pick up your shirt that high and we realize, whoa, there's just one thing you got me. Wait, that's A. Marie. Oh, I'm sorry. Please, that's like the hottest new single in the streets. Yeah. Love that song. A. Marie. A. Marie. Loving you out here, girl. There's just one thing. Oh. Lindsay Lohan's mother and father are getting a divorce. Yeah. Go, A. Marie, go. You can see the video right now. She's swirling around on the floor like Beyonce Crazy in Love. I'm sorry, A. Marie, but, you use the same producer, so I'm picturing the same moves. Whoa! Then the fire starts and runs down the alley. And she's got a big weave, and she's throwing it over and squirming on the floor. Woo! Yeah. One move that I love that girls do in videos, and I learned how to do it on the Bodylicious cruise because we on the cruise there's seminars on how to drop it like it's hot and stuff. I'll give you information on that in a moment. But I love when a girl, and the best way to describe it is to show you. And I'm sorry that you don't have a camera, but look. Right, you go like this with your booty, you shake it nervously, and you reach down and you grab your ankles and you slide your hands slowly up your thighs.
I remember that. I seriously remember that.
I love when a girl executes that properly.
Oh, yeah.
And that's not how you doing. That's just admiration for the craft of being able to just work it out. I learned how to do that on the, I don't think I do it as well as the video girls, but I do it well enough for, after midnight with a candle and, a little Hennessy. Go to www.bodyliciouscruise.com. You too can learn how to grab your ankles. And A. Marie's song is so perfect for that. I could just see her. You reach down and grab your ankles. Woo! It also looks nice when you grab one ankle and bring it up. Ooh. Yeah. Seminars, parties, comedy, exotic dance classes, casinos, drinks and partying and more. Come on, my cruise. It's the Bodylicious Cruise 2005. We had one in 2004. The first one, it was a blast. This time around, we're setting sail from Miami to Paradise Island in the Bahamas. We're cruising from November 4th to November 7th. Go to www.bodyliciouscruise.com. If you do it before like January 30th, you get $100 off.
No, it's up to $200 off, and it's only $100 to get started. Just all they need is a $100 deposit.
A deposit.
$100 deposit, and it's $200 off, I believe.
Between now and January 30th.
All excursions included. Everything
all
included.
the side trips and stuff. Isn't that fabulous? November 4th through November 7th, come cruise with me. Go to bodylicious.cruise.com, or you can go to stripformyman.com. The girls from stripformyman.com are actually the ones who teach all the seminars, and they're good. They teach you how to booty clap and drop it like it's hot, and before you know it, they can turn a housewife into a hoe. I mean, in terms of how to move your body. You know what I mean? Alrighty, everybody. I love to leave you on a high note. I want to thank Valerie Pettiford for calling in. She's been nominated for NAACP Image Award for, her acting work on Half and Half. Also, thank you to the fabulous Ludacris for coming in. And we will continue to support you as you have continued to support the experience. And you, my friends, I love you for listening today. Please come back tomorrow. I'll be here. Bye-bye.
Peace party, people. See you later. I'm saying bye-bye.
Good night. Program complete.
All right, everybody. New York City. What's really good is the bonus hour. And the phones are open at 866-GET-WENDY. We got another hour to luxuriate together. Tri-State. Get at your girl. It's 107.5 WVLS. 107.5 WVLS. Today is R&B, classic soul, and the Wendy Williams Experience. That's Bobby Valentino. That's Ludacris' new artist that he was talking about when he was here. So hell, I thought I'd give it a whirl. It's called Slow Down. I like that. Look at Ludacris understanding that, an R&B smoothed out artist could take you a lot further than, somebody spitting fire over a murder beat. Although I do love the fire and a murder beat. But Bobby, that's nice. Luda, that's nice. Okay. All right. Hello.
Hello.
What are you doing? Okay. Apparently there's a phone snafu. Sorry about that. Well, everybody, Usher received 5 nominations for NAACP Image Awards. Good for Usher. I'm sure he'll win at least 3. Being that he sold so many CDs, why wouldn't he get at least 3? The NAACP Image Awards, they come on TV, Fox, as a matter of fact, March 25th, which is a Friday night, 8 o'clock. Hello?
Hello.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good.
Good, it's Wendy. What's going on?
Yeah, hi, Wendy. The reason why I'm calling is I was in a relationship for 6 years, and it's just, I don't know if it's breaking up. They said that they need time and space. And when I'm around, when another guy is around, I can't be around. And New Year's Eve was, I guess, the clincher when I asked them if we could hang out for New Year's Eve, and they've been lying. And he keeps telling me that there's nothing going on. He just needs time and space. I just had a baby also.
Okay, you keep saying they. That's usually code word for it's a gay relationship?
Yes.
And he had a baby with a woman?
No. I did.
Oh, you did. Who did you have your baby with?
I'm sorry?
Who did you have the baby with?
I met somebody in the Dominican Republic.
Okay. Well, it sounds like your relationship of 6 years, the one that you originally called about, is over. I mean, after 6 years, when somebody says they need space, that's usually because it's too hurtful to just say this relationship is a wrap. And to choose a poignant event like New Year's Eve to say that they don't want to be with you, but they're not cheating, the writing's on the wall. The relationship is over.
Yeah, not only did they not spend it with me, but they spent it at this guy's house. I called the guy, and the guy says we're just friends. Part of our problem is that I accuse him of, all his friends that he's sleeping with.
Well,
but that's just...
it's very well that he might not be sleeping with, his guy friends, but the fact is that he's not around you and telling you that you need space. That's the clear indication that your relationship is over, regardless of what he's doing. So you're not going to chase him foolishly, are you?
Well, that's what I was doing because I couldn't believe that he could just flip a switch and say it's over.
How old is the baby?
The baby, 6 months.
And you got custody?
Yeah.
So, I mean, please, you're a new father. That relationship that you were having is a wrap. How old are you?
I'm 45.
I mean, it'll hurt, but it seems like it's time to move on.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, I was with him last night and we talked, and I asked him, and he just said, you know, if you just give me time and space and stop chasing me, not so many words, you know, maybe I can come back around, but I'm not there yet.
So give him his time and space, and maybe you'll be around when he's ready, and maybe you won't be interested anymore. I thank you for calling.
Wendy?
Hello? Oh, you lost the call? All right. Fix that up over there. Yeah, the top story for today is Lamont Bentley, who played Hakeem on Moesha, died in a car accident on Tuesday. His car careened off of the San Diego freeway, apparently plunged into water. He was ejected from the car. There's no indication of any substance or anything like that. There was nobody else in the car but him, and he was 31, and, you know, I mean, when people pass like that and it's just unexpected, it's just like, grab life by the nuts and ride it until the wheels fall off, because you never know when your number's going to be up. Jeez. Shout out to Kanita. Kanita's got an opinion. She says about the seeing eye dog that pooped on the basketball court before the Detroit Pistons Orlando Magic game. The dog was with a charity organization, Canine Companions for Independence, that was receiving $10,000 donation. Did people think that the dog just wandered in and crapped on the court? That's not what I was thinking. I understood that it was a charity and things like that. Ish happens. Do you know what I mean? Hello.
Hi, it's Hope Reggae Red from Plainfield.
Hey, Reggae Red.
How you doing?
Good.
I didn't hear the beginning of the show, but I was listening to BET News last night, and they mentioned that Russell Simmons is being considered for the new president
of the NAACP.
Yes.
But then they're also saying that they, although he's being considered, people don't like that he's just a name and that's it. They said they wanted somebody more in touch with the NAACP and what they do. But on the other side, people are saying that Russell would bring in more young...
I did mention that.
Are you a member of the NAACP?
I am. I don't know. It's if he's, done his homework and his foundation is prepared, I don't know why not. I mean, they do need new members. They haven't been bringing in many over the years.
So it's something worth considering.
It's worth considering.
Now, although the NAACP is saying they're considering Russell, has anybody contacted Russell on this for a comment?
I don't know. They just showed his picture. They didn't mention that he had any comment to it.
Interesting. All right, Reggae Red. Well, thank you for calling.
All right. See you in St. Thomas.
Oh, yeah, bye. Oh, she's coming to St. Thomas. I'm going to St. Thomas at the end. If you go to Caribbean Star, you'll find out all the information that you need to find out. I'm hosting the Caribbean version of American Idol, and I'm Ryan Seacrest, but Alicia Keys is like Paula Abdul, and it's going to be great. So January 27th to January 30th. I guess Reggae Red's just going to go down there to luxuriate and sit in the audience. But if you have an inkling of talent and you want to be a part, I'm not judging. I'm hosting. Remember, I'm Seacrest. Out. All right. It's CaribbeanStar.com. Hello? Oh, they hung up. Oh, hello?
Happy New Year, Wendy.
Yeah, and you too, sir.
What's going on? This is Jay out in Jersey.
Hey, Jay.
Hey, you keep doing what you're doing, Ma. That interview with Ludacris?
Yeah.
That interview with Ludacris was off the hook. All I want to just keep doing what you're doing. I love you. All my friends love you, and you are the talk of Bergen County. I can't really disclose exactly where in Bergen County,
but we're the talk.
How you doing?
All right. Thank you.
Take
wow,
care.
I would have never guessed. You did that very well. Ladies, you see what's out here? See, you got to navigate your way through these mans. Hello?
Hello.
Hello. Hi.
Hi, Wendy. My name is Cece, and I have a question for you just to see if you can help me.
Okay. What's the question?
I'm currently dating this guy, and he's really, really good to me and everything. But there's this football player that I'm seeing, and I'm like, not to be materialistic, I'm looking for, And I don't know if I should give up the relationship I have and go date the football player.
Because the guy that you're dating doesn't have that much money and the football player has more.
Yes.
How old are you?
28.
It's time for you to be thinking more seriously about the types of men. I mean, that's a very 22 type question. And if you were 22, I say, girl, taste the many fruits of the men, because once you settle down, then you will have to settle down. I'm not saying sleep with everybody, but you got to kiss a lot of frogs before you get your prince. But you're 28. Do you have kids?
Yes. I have a son.
How old is he?
He's 9.
Oh, geez, she leaves this mess out. You know what? You need to focus more on trying to be the best example of a mother as you possibly can. Mm-hmm. Are you in love with the man that you're with?
He loves me.
But you don't love him because he doesn't have enough money?
You know, I'm going to be real. No.
Okay. And so the football player, if he has money but he doesn't love you, and say he beats you or he cheats on you, or he's half homo, that's okay as long as the money's there.
You know what? You have a point. You're right. You're right. You're right.
I just, I'm just trying to help you navigate through your problem. So now what are you going to do? I think you need to dump the man that you're with. And I think that you need to work more on making your own money and focusing on the example that you're setting for your son, who eventually will be looking real hard at how mom acts, and understand that a man with a heart of gold is worth more than the gold itself. On one hand. On the other hand, love don't pay no bills.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I'm as confused as you.
Okay. All right.
I want to tell you you're a hoe, but I can't. Because you know what? The reality is love don't pay no bills.
That's how I live.
But one thing I definitely think is that if you don't care about the man that you're with, free him.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And concentrate on maybe making your Prada money, at least half of it yourself.
Well, that's what I'm doing right now.
Good for you.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Wendy. Love you.
Take care. I love you too. Bye-bye. Bye. And about what 50 and Ja Rule are going, 50 and Ja Rule are going through, I'm staying out of it. Does that sound weird for me to say? I mean, I don't know 50 from a can of paint, I know Ja Rule, I know Mrs. Rule, and no, it's not me getting soft. It's just me wanting to stay out, because now they're getting, the talk is real nasty and thick and greasy. You know what I mean? Yeah. So.
Let them handle that.
Yes. So you can take that where back there.
Put that where back there.
All right. But shout out to Ashanti in the Murder Inc. camp, because she's apparently been picked up for this new movie called Domino. And they're going to be filming in Vegas. And in the movie, Hugh Jackman, Uma Thurman, Christopher Walken, and Lucy Liu. Hey, that's pretty heavy, Ashanti.
Very good.
You come right off the success of Coach Carter, and you're just turning out the hits. She's never been on the show either. Like 50. But it's weird because I don't feel the same,
shade?
Yeah, I don't feel the same shade from her. If you can understand what I'm saying, and you probably don't, oh hell. Yeah, we talked about Sidney Simpson earlier in the 1-2 punch. No point in recapping that story. It's all over the news. But I will say, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. There you go. OJ said, my girl, that's my girl. On March 1st, Wendy, I'm going to marry my man at City Hall. My problem is, what do I wear? We do not want to dress up. I want to wear a black turtleneck sweater and some boots and some jeans. My coworkers and everyone I know is telling me dress up. It's your special day. Wendy, we're grown people. I'm 34. He's 38. We live together. We've been together for 3.5 years. What do you think? Your word is final. P.S. Is it bad luck to wear black on your wedding day? That's from Chris in Brooklyn. Jeez, Chris, you put so much on my shoulders. Why did you have to put my word as final? Okay, well, as long as you're asking me, wear your boots and your black turtleneck and your jeans, and don't listen to your coworkers and everybody else telling you. You got the right idea. Did you leave out kids? Do you all have 3 kids too? But listen, Chris is very focused. She's 34, he's 38. They've been living together for 3.5 years. Chris, I wore a black turtleneck and a Catholic schoolgirl skirt, some black tights, and some 4-inch boots to my wedding. And I had a high ponytail with some clip-in bangs. And it looks like the most regular, everyday picture in our house, but it's the most special picture. It doesn't look like a wedding picture, but that's our wedding picture. That's the beginning of the papers on the foundation. I mean, we dated 4 years before, so, really we were setting up foundation. But when you get them papers, that one picture in the house, you would never know he had on a Pele leather jacket. He didn't even take off his jacket. And our wedding picture is the two of us standing in front of an American flag in Jersey City court. And I told you what our wedding song was on the way over. Like Sweet Morning Dew, I Took One Look at You came on. And I'm listening to the words, and I was like, and we didn't plan it. I mean, it was on the radio. And I was like, oh, this is our song. Snapping our necks. We double parked the car in front. Because he had to get back to close his business. And I had to get home. I think I might have left something on the stove or something. We didn't go.
You had to go on the air, didn't you?
No, I took the. No, you know what? When we got married, I was doing mornings in Philly. And right after my shift, I came up here. And we both hadn't relocated yet. He still had business. Anyway, it's just anyway, the point that I'm making, Chris, wear what you want. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, you have the right idea. Then again, one would say, even I would say, you are probably asking the woman who is, I am the least, I don't care about pomp and circumstance. My birthday comes, take me out for dinner. You know what I'm saying? I can get gifts every day, any day, whatever. Your birthday comes, I'll treat you the same way, not realizing that you don't feel about it like I do. You're all hurt and stuff. I go through this with my mother constantly. I'll send her a gift for Mother's Day, but I won't feel like stopping at the card store and picking through the cards and stuff. You know what I mean? I'm not a cardy person. My mother, she goes through it. My niece and nephew, I've been late at the draw every year for their birthdays. I just don't, my sisters lectured me, Wendy, when you're late for kids, I'm so glad that they're old enough to understand their Aunt Wendy's ways now. She's 13 and she's 14 actually, and he's 12. You can write them a check, they're happy. What? And then I overnight it. And, here's Aunt Wendy's guilt gift, overnighted, just like, 5 days late. Yeah. It's just the way I am. Pomp and circumstance, I just, for everybody else except for my son, I want to be there the first time, for everything. One more day of not wetting the bed. Dad's going to give him 100 Hot Wheels. Oh, wow. Yeah. And boy, oh boy, every morning look, you know how you check wet things? You put your palm down and then you put the back of your hand down and you flip it back and forth like this. He says, Mommy, come here, look. And he puts his hand down, he flips it back and forth on the bed. He said, look, Mommy, feel. No bed wet. Let's tell Dad. Oh gosh, that's always a struggle. That bedwetting thing, isn't that something? It's even worse when they're grown men and they wet the bed. No. I'd like to cut that now. Hey, do you know that that Jennifer Lopez has this new show? I know we were just talking about Jen last hour, but that's okay. I'm talking about her again. It's the bonus hour. Here's your bonus J-Lo story. I am so watching her new MTV special. I definitely thought she was beyond giving of herself like that for an MTV special, but I forgot she is trying to sell records to the masses, and her masses, that's the MTV generation, right? Average J-Lo purchaser is like 21, mostly 15, 14, and 12, a few over 25. So she's got this dude for MTV. So anyway, she's going to have this show, and she announced it on yesterday's TRL. It's called Jennifer Lopez Beyond the Runway. The cameras are going to follow her. She's going to prepare to launch her new clothing line for her first ever fashion show, which takes place Fashion Week here in New York City. I would love to have tickets. Alas, I have nobody to call or and see if I can get tickets for Jennifer's premiere on for Fashion Week, her fashion line. Elisa is at home nursing our booker for the show. She was 3 centimeters and she still worked last week. She felt a little pain on Monday. So she said, I'm going to go home. Tuesday she comes in. She says they're going to induce labor, but she's still here.
I have just in.
The other day I walked in and they tell me she had a baby boy. His name is Maddox. Okay. Okay. Channel 4 just reported that Senator... This just in, according to Channel 4 News, Senator Kevin Parker from Brooklyn got in a tussle with a traffic cop and punched the cop in the face. Oh. He is now under arrest.
Oh, boy.
Boy,
Shout out to Brooklyn.
Hey, Brooklyn. Pipe. Brooklyn, what?
Can't take it out of nobody.
I'm telling you. Well, Sydney Simpson's not from Brooklyn. Why was she, you know what I mean?
Right.
Christian Brando's not from Brooklyn. He punched his wife in the face. 3LW's not from Brooklyn. That girl got a 2-piece in the face.
There you go. All you gotta do is just visit.
Oh, yeah, you visit once and it's on you. Please. You visit Brooklyn once and it's all on you. Just the whole...
epidemic.
Yeah. Shout out to Brownsville.
Oh, yes.
Oh, boy. Isn't Ludacris just nice? Isn't he nice?
More artists should be like him.
Rich and regular.
And humble.
You know, he might be a jerk behind our backs. I don't even care. Because most people who are real jerks, the jerkosity oozes through their pores when they come in here. It does. I can call a jerk when I see a jerk. He's either taking great acting classes.
He's an actor.
Or he is an actor. He was in the Fast and the Furious. Well, you know what, sir? Those classes are paying off because I got no jerkery from you. And you've been here 3 times, and I can usually spot a jerk. And when I asked him about Chingy, the words coming out of his mouth meant nothing. I'm watching his body language. He didn't start... First of all, it was the Chingy question, right?
Yes.
I asked him if Chingy was a homo.
Yeah, he didn't fidget enough.
Nope, he didn't fit. And he looked me in the eyes as he was answering, and not look me in the eyes like, bitch, I'm going to say this for the... Not like that. It was just right, just real.
But he's answered that question 1,000,000 times.
Yeah, he's well rehearsed. Luda, I really don't care. As long as you come in and give good talk, you can be the jerk that you want. Just, straighten up and fly right when you come in here. Because it works. You know what I mean? I can hear some real jerky behavior about Ludacris on my way home tonight, and I'll be like, oh, really? Well, I like him, so you can take that where? Back there.
That where? Back there.
But then, of course, I'll have to ask him about the jerkery the next time I speak to him. And then I'll be watching his body language. But, of course, he'll be deeper into the acting game.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So we'll never be able to find out the truth because now, once you're an actor, forget it. The lies they can come fast and furious. That body language will be on point. They know the eye contact. Don't fidget with your wedding ring. That means you're having problems in your relationship. You know what I'm saying? Don't scratch your nose when you're telling a story. That means you're lying. Make eye contact. Otherwise, you're lying. Don't judge your hair in the conversation with him, girls. Otherwise, that means that's body language for I like you.
Ooh.
When you start judging your hair and stuff.
We're touching a lot when you're talking.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Yeah.
People don't understand, and that is so effective. When you're having a conversation with somebody that it's one of those classes that I was fascinated in. I was fascinated by very little outside of my college radio station and my internship at the radio Kiss 108 there in Boston. Very little in the classroom fascinated me in college because I was quick on those who can't teach. Okay, you're teaching me radio, but you've never been to the Frankie Crocker tippy top, and you're going to teach me how to. You know what? I'll cut your class. I'll go over to Kiss 108, which was like a Z100, back then. I interned with the morning show. I learned more in my morning show because now I'm learning from somebody who teaches, who does. You know what I mean? It's like, radio is kind of an action. Like, not for nothing.
Gotta be there.
There's no Chuck Leonard's teaching them any classes in, radio. You understand? They weren't even friends of. I'm bringing my friend Chuck back, to the class. Rest in peace, Chuck Leonard. But I was just, using an example. I used to find it more advantageous to cut a class, jump on the Amtrak. Back then, it's like $85 round trip. I'd have my AWA recorder. Back then, I paid $300 for an AWA. Yeah, $300, and I would take the train. Wouldn't tell my parents. Have no money in my pocket. I take the train down and sit through a whole day of back then, the Lipstick Station, where all my heroes were, from Chuck Leonard, Carol Ford, my girl, you know what I'm saying? And I'd sit with it on record. I had no friends who understood my futuristic vision. I'd do it on my own. Back then, you can smoke Newports on the train, and and you could buy yourself a drink, and then the chief would mix with the port. And by the time I get to Grand Central Station, I'd just be sitting there, at the Amtrak station. I'd be recording all day. I'd get back to Boston later on that night. My parents would be like, "Hello, just calling to check up. What are you doing?" I would actually lie to them. I'm doing great in class. I wouldn't even tell them I'm right around the corner in Manhattan, because nobody understood the futuristic vision. But I was tired of learning. These professors. Why am I talking about this?
We're interested now. You got me entranced about that.
No, let's bring it back home, because the bonus hour is almost over. And you know what? I need a bonus of a bonus hour.
All right.
I need more. Why did I say that? Let me just bring this back home so we can go into a break. Why did I say that? Why was I talking about that?
Body language class.
Body language. My favorite course was body language, because I was like, wow.
Yeah.
And I scored 10s across the board in that class. And that's probably like the biggest thing that I've taken with me through life. Body language is a mother. Oh, what I was telling you, that the most effective thing when you're having a conversation with somebody and you like him or her, you touch that forearm. It doesn't have to be all lick your finger and touch. A touch of the forearm, a little half an inch graze, and then pull back.
There you go.
And when you laugh, touch it again. Tousle your hair with your left hand, touch the forearm with the right. Honey, even if he doesn't know body language, something's going to be hopping around down there. Yeah. He's gonna know. Body language is so fabulous. When you're just too shy to say what you mean, let your body do the talking. And I'm not talking about hop on him and for a ride. That's so obvious and slutty and trampy. So many other things. Cock your head to the side. Take this little bit of hair. If you have bangs, then take the hair on the side of the bangs. If you don't have bangs, take this little bit of hair in front of your hair and twirl it right around the apples of your cheeks, right around that height, right here. And cock your head to the side. and then laugh gregariously and touch the forearm. Oh, he will get the signal. And so will she. Yeah. All that looking at her breast and her butt and all that obvious stuff, that is so cheesy and corny. Body language, get up on it. It's the Real Truth Serum.
They still teach that?
Everywhere. What? Everywhere. They sell mad books on it and everything.
All right.
Come on, Dave.
I'm ready.
Let's look and I don't know if I want to play another song.
I got a hot one.
Am I gonna like it?
Hey, it's a good friend of ours.
Can I snap my neck?
It's a very good
Will I be able to snap my neck or drop it like it's hot?
Yes, you will.
Will it make me want to choke someone? I love that kind of music.
Okay, yeah.
Is it going to get me angry?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. Danger.
Like Sidney Simpson.
Oh, good. Oh, that's what I like. Vonnie Harper's coming up with The Quiet Storm at 7 o'clock. In the meantime, we're today's R&B, classic soul, the Wendy Williams Experience. It's 107.5 WBLS.
Mr. Engineer, please, the music. Would you give us a record, por favor?
Oh, yeah. That'll get you in the Sidney Simpson mood real quick. Oh, the Bone Crusher and the Renegade, the Wendy Williams Experience, 107.5 WBLS, everybody. Arthur J. Evans at AOL.com. Is that your email?
Correct.
Okay. Arthur J. Evans at AOL.com. Hey, are you guys going to see the Ice Cube movie, Are We There Yet? I haven't heard the best things about it, but come on, you guys, this is not an epic. It's a little ha-ha. It's like a virtual soul plane or Porky's or Booty Call. Or don't just say black movies. White movies are stupid too, indigenously white movies.
Adam Sandler, thank you.
Exactly. So this is no different. What is this? People Magazine gave it 2.5 stars. The verdict, they say, kids will be amused. And even some parents. Well, isn't that all that it counts? Nia Long's in the movie. Ice Cube. Alicia Allen, I don't know her. And who's Philip Bolden? I don't know him either.
2 little kids.
Oh, okay. Hey, kids. Assault on Precinct 13. John Leguizamo was in here the other day. He's in that. Ethan Hawke, Lawrence Fishburne. Drea Mateo and whatnot. That got 3 stars. The verdict, according to, I think this is People magazine. I'm not even sure. What is this? Oh, Life and Style. I love this magazine. The verdict for assault on Precinct 13, the thriller Assaults on the Senses. A thriller assault on the senses. What comes on TV tonight? Huh? The Apprentice. The Apprentice. Oh, that's right, the premiere. What else comes on? What's my go-to show? All right, I'll watch The Apprentice, but I gotta have something good.
You got cable. You got a lot of channels.
I know. I only like to use about 20 of them, though. You know. Maybe Suzanne Summers selling something good on HSN. You know, she left me a message. I saved it on my answering machine. I am such an HSN niece. I can't even think of which one it is. HSN QVC, same difference to me. So I go home and I check my messages the other day. It's Suzanne Summer. Hi, this is Suzanne Summer. Just calling to remind you, because her shoes go up to a size 11. I've never ordered the shoes. I ordered one cashmere sweater and a raincoat that's inside is green and outside is leopard. And a smattering of summer size recipes for the cookies and the watermelon martinis and apple martinis. You know, she has the summer size liquor made with the summer size sweet and stuff. I on a scale of 1 to 10, and 10 being the best buyer of, you know, the stuff, I would say I'm a 2. You know what I mean? I would think that she would only leave message, you know, to the 8s and 9s and 10s. But apparently she cares about her people. Hey, that's good customer service. I felt special. I got home. There was a message from Suzanne Summer. Oh, yeah, it was a recorded message that they blasted off to everybody. I don't give a damn. I felt special. So, you know, let Suzanne Summer be selling something on TV tonight. I'll be watching that. And The Apprentice then will be my go-to show. Because I feel special. Don't you fall for that? When you walk in the store, say you just happen to be in a particular, you know, you happen to land there at the right time, say a boutique over on Madison Avenue, and they offer you a glass of champagne. Don't you feel like, oh, I'm caught up in the haze of,
right.
you know what I mean?
Or free cheese at the supermarket.
Yeah, well, no.
Oh, that's what I get.
Those old ladies be sneezing over that. Truckers coming there after scratching their behinds. You know what I mean?
It's all toothpicks, Wendy.
I don't care. Don't breathe over my area. I get funny when somebody has a conversation over my food. You know how I am about that. Samuel L. Jackson took his daughter to a party in Italy, and the wags, my fellow, gossips, accused him of having an affair on his wife, LaTanya, who already had an attitude on the red carpet of the Golden Globes. It turned out the 22-year-old chippy that he was with is his own daughter. He and LaTanya's daughter. Isn't that disgusting? You can't go to a party with your daddy or hold his hand or link his arm or kiss him, you know, without people accusing you. And I'm part of the people who accuse, because I'd be like, oh, look at Samuel L. cheating. But I'm also the same one who says, oh, me and daddy can't hold hands anymore, because now people are thinking, Wendy's cheating with an old man. You know what I mean? It's weird society. Hey, dear Wendy, I got married at the courthouse too. It's no need to be formal, because that's not what's going to make the marriage. Exactly. It seems to me that if you're making a choice to get married at the courthouse, then you understand the rules of the game. It's not the party, it's the actual marriage. I know the couple before us who got married, she had on all this white crap, just looking a mess. Only because there's a time and a place for that, and it's usually in the church and at the reception and whatnot. And she had on the full thing, little girls with the thing, and then he had on a tuxedo. I'm like, what the hell? And then they had too many people. They had like 30 people at the courthouse. I'm thinking to myself, if you wanted a damn wedding, holding up me and my husband, we're toe tapping. He's got to go close his business. I got the rice-a-roni on the stove, and they're doing a full wedding at Jersey City. You know, the purpose of getting married at court is to go as you are, to, you know, exchange your rings and go on about you. Dear Wendy, I'll be married 5 years in May. We dated 7 years before we got married. We have a 3-year-old son together, and soon to have another later on this summer, which is all good. But my problem is I hate my wife so much. If she passes away today, I wouldn't even shed a tear, not even a drop. She spends her days looking for things to start arguments about, like me cheating on her and I'm not cheating, like me being gay and I'm not gay, like me disliking her son, not true, which at the time we met, he was 1.5 years old. Wendy, she goes through my emails on my computer, my voicemails on my cell phone. She stole my password. My wife calls me a liar damn near every day. Damn, it's time for a divorce, man. Every day. She gets on the phone with her family and tells them all kind of crap about me that's not true, and then tries to make me look bad, telling them stuff like she's going to abort the baby when I don't respond the way she would like me to respond, and call the police if I raise my voice or curse. Wendy, I get up at 4:30 in the morning and go to the gym, get ready to hit my Woody button on my walk away. Hold on, not yet. Go to the gym, and then I go home. I'm all riled up, right?
Yes.
Let me calm down. Let me calm down. Am I foaming in the corners of my mouth? Let me finish this fax. Oh, my gosh. I feel the pressure. Harper's here. I feel him breathing down my neck. Is he right behind me?
No.
But I feel his breath.
He's around, though.
Oh, jeez. Okay. All right. Sorry. Okay, wait. Stop. Okay. Wait. Where was I?
Take your time.
Okay. I can't. You know, my parents wanted to put me on Ritalin when I was younger.
No.
Well, between the hyperactivity and the weight, Dr. Ellison. Actually, it was my parents who said no. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm so glad.
And I focus off topic. Let's get back to the story.
Only because, and sometimes I feel like, but it's always been this way. Yeah, okay. All right. Wendy, I get up at 4:30 in the morning and go to the gym, and then I go work, and then I come home. I clean the house, I wash the clothes, and sometimes I cook. I help my wife in every way possible, but everything I do is a lie. She don't trust me, or she doesn't have faith in me. What do? I want to leave her so bad, but I'm afraid she will turn my son. Oh, yeah, bitch like that, sure. She'll turn my son against me, like my first wife did after I raised them with the help from my family. I'm at the end of my rope. P.S. After being married to 2 black women, oh, here we go. Dave, you keep your trap shut. I'm about to read this statement. After being married to 2 black women, he spelled 2 T-O-O. We don't want you anyway. And having 4 sisters that have no reason to be bitter, and a real bitter mother, I truly understand your boy in the control room. Peace, love, and happiness. Damn.
Do you think his wife might have cheated on him and she's acting that way?
No, I think if you get enough women in the room, and there's bound to be, some women. I mean, you know how it is. I'm a woman. We know how it is, girls. If you get 6 of us in a room, at least 2 of us have the bitter stories, and the other 2 are holding out because they don't want to seem like they're like everybody else, and the other 2 are living in a fantasy world because they don't see nothing coming. And don't get me started on the pressure you probably went through being the only man in the house. You're at the end of your rope. What do? Divorce my man. Give me my button.
And give me my keys. Because you can take that where.
Put that where? Back there.
And give me my keys. I'd be so out in my car, providing my wife hasn't flattened my tires. Listen, man. All I gotta say is, don't hope your wife dies, because that is the mother of your future child. This is a woman who you've been married to for 5 years. You dated her for 7 years. Sometimes people outgrow each other. You get your divorce. You move on with your life and let the rest fall where it may. Don't wish death upon your wife. By the way, honey, I was raised with a house full of sisters and a bitter mother too. And I tried to be straight, but you see how I turned out. Miss Honey, you know, Woody had a wife and 3 kids. I was married for 15 years, trying to play the hetero role. But sometimes when you're surrounded by all them women, it just oozes from your pores and you're in denial. But, honey, one day my wife thought I was at work. I told this story before on the show, but I'll tell it to you again because I think this is my first time being on bonus hour. My wife came home early, thought I was at work, came to the bedroom and saw me and Darrell, my boyfriend, 10 minutes virtually going at it. I'm not normally a bottom, but I was a bottom then. Oh, honey, it was embarrassing. She tried to turn the kids away from me. But that was years ago. Now she's my best friend. I helped the tramp get her house together and get her wardrobe together, and the kids love me. And the children love me too. All right, I gotta go. Bring her back.
All All right, everybody. I've had a blast with you today. I love you for listening to the show. I love you for listening to the show and the bonus hour. I love you for listening to whatever you can part of this experience. Thank you for your support. Thank you for reading. Thank you for watching. God willing, we will be back here tomorrow at 2 o'clock together. If not, somebody call the cops. I love you all. Vaughn Harper's next. Bye.
The Wendy Williams broadcast day has completed.
Aw, man!
And WBLS music starts next.